fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promises lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, guys? Now, what I got up on the screen now, it is just some comments from a simpleton person that probably is most likely coming from Player Essence community, if I had to make an educated guess. So we don't have to go over them right now. That is just in case he decides to show up. If anybody remembers that guy that kept spamming everything in the damn chat that wouldn't stop, it's him. He's back. He went under a new account. At least I think it's him. So let's see how everybody's doing today while everybody's coming on in. We got DBZ Nation. Salute to the host. Thank you so much. Salute, ma'am. Hit that button, fam. Exactly. Hit that button. Spectacular Umbreon. Hi. Hello. How's everybody doing? So, is anybody playing any good games? The games that I'm currently playing right now is the new Digimon game, which I am loving every minute of that game except for one thing. That dialogue is straight garbage. Okay, if anybody knows, that dialogue for that game is garbage. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if Gara gets mad at me. You know, it is perfectly fine if you want a silent protagonist, but there is no way that they decided to make it a silent protagonist, because if they planned on making it for a silent protagonist, there's no way it is a good idea to sit there and have a game where you pick a dialogue option and then you cut straight to your character's face. The mouth moves like you're talking, but nothing is coming out. It is annoying and it almost ruins the game. Steven Rammy, hello, how's it going, man? Can everybody hear me? Can I get a mic check at all? But I know, and then the other game I'm also currently playing is Super Mario RPG. Let me tell you, that is actually a great game. I don't know why I waited so long to play that, but I am enjoying that game as well. So what games is everybody else playing? Can everybody hear me? Do we got a mic check? Let me take a look here. If nobody's responding, means I got to pull out the old trusty phone. Stephen Ramey just became a member. Thank you so much, man, for becoming part of the crew. Can everybody hear me? Do I got a mic check? Okay, yep. I can hear it. Okay, so we got it. We are good to rock and roll. I heard it on my phone. Oh, thank you, Elemental Hero. Finally, someone responds back. Matthew Buckley, good morning. Get your coffee. I hear you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I had my coffee last night, man. We got Jack 3D G33K playing the absolute demo after the Stellar Blade demo. Oh, that's good, man. Good audio. Good. Alrighty, everybody. Yeah, thank you. So thank you, Matthew Buckley, for renewing your membership. Thank you so much, man. Got 2 memberships today. Thank you guys. I appreciate every little bit. So for today's videos, I got a lot for you. Let me tell you, the assault, because we had a lot last week, but we ran out of time. We did almost a 4-hour live stream and I could not get to it. So for everybody that does not know, when I first started doing this type of content, it was because of this one person. And you know, whether he's a Nintendo fanboy or just a fanboy, it's up to you. But if anybody's ever heard of AustinJohnPlays, I used to be a huge fan of him. You know, when the Switch came out, I started following him for all the Pokemon content you can think of. And let me tell you, this guy.
What's going on, everyone? AustinJohnPlays.
The whole reason why. What do we got here? Oh, thank you so much, James Rowe, for becoming a member. Oh, Matthew Buckley sent 5 members. Thank you so much, man. Blastus, James Rowe, Tommy the Witch Lord, Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, Vicious Jaybird. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, man. Everyone thank Matthew for that nice membership gift. And DBZ Nation, respectfully. Yep, respectfully. Alrighty, let's get this thing all ready. Yep, so it is because of this guy right here why I started doing this type of content. He is the whole reason why.
What's going on, everyone? AustinJohnPlays here, and today we have information on how you can get Shiny Miraidon and Shiny Koraidon for Pokemon Scarlet.
Which completely makes sense from a business standpoint. By the way, just know that there is no purchase necessary. You can walk in there.
So we're going to watch this whole video because I did not get it all set up because I ran out of time and I forgot to when I uploaded the thing. So we are going to, so we're going to have to do everything a little bit faster speed because we got a lot of content to go through.
What's going on, everyone? AustinJohnPlays here, and today we have information on how you can get Shiny Miraidon and Shiny Koraidon for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
No, we don't want.
And your many
previous games, mostly Pokemon games. So the whole idea is that the Pokemon Company does this deal with GameStop so that the United States on this distribution, as opposed to
news about this being a Shiny Koraidon are going to. Hi, it's me. Interrupting past Austin because I had a chance to cool down a little bit here. There's comments that already popped up online and in my comment section talking about the fact that the DLC was already announced before the game comes out, which historically has been a controversial topic.
It is not. It is a very huge controversial topic. And yes, it was. Now, it is extremely possible that the expansion itself might not. Xbox is now worse. Yes, Vicious Jaybird. Yes, they are. And yep, DBZ Nation. I don't know if he's really he is a Nintendo fan, but he's definitely a Pokemon fanboy. He is definitely delusional beyond means. You have no idea if anybody knows who this guy is. But now, when it comes to the DLC for the Mega Dimensions, it is possible that the story itself may actually have not been cut content, but no one is going to tell me that those Raichu Megas were not cut content. Those were clearly cut content, because there's no way they are going to do a expansion story about Raichu. Raichu is not that much of a fan favorite character to deliver that type of experience.
I completely understand that. At the same time, people complain when Mario Kart World is $80 instead of it being a cheaper game, but they make the game only $60 so that people with the Switch 1 and younger...
Okay, that is two completely different problems. Are you kidding me? Mario Kart World being overpriced, you know, and I still remember the reason why I started doing this content was because you sat here clickbaited us and refused to speak out against it and do the right thing because you're a piece of shit. That's why I started doing this type of thing. But both are wrong. So you're going to be like, well, do you want $80 games or do you want the DLCs type stuff? We don't want neither. We don't want overpriced $80 games and we don't want cut content as DLC.
Gamers are going to be able to afford it without the $90 or $100 price tag because yes, this is a $100 game for Pokemon Legends EA on the Nintendo Switch 2 with the DLC.
Technically, it's more than a $100 game because if you want to get the starter megas, you have to have online on top of it. So yeah, it's more than a $100 game.
Is $100 to play on your $450 console. Things are expensive and it does suck. I agree.
No. We don't want to hear that cop-out bullshit answer. Oh, things are expensive. It's greed. Point blank, period, greed.
100%. But to complain that there's DLC for a $60 game is the exact opposite argument of, well, they're releasing a game and it's $80 when it should have been $60. This is...
No, it is not. That is not even the exact or the opposite argument. Are you fucking kidding me? Not even close. Okay, you can sit here be against the $80 games and you can be against cut content DLC. Are you fucking kidding me? That stupid smirky smile.
This is why I'm re-recording it. The complaints happen both ways, and I don't care about it one way or the other way because
of course you don't. You have over 2 million fucking subscribers. You're making bank on YouTube for crying out loud. How many views is this goddamn, or how many does he usually get? Okay, let's see here. His views. Yeah, you got over 200,000 views on this video alone. You can kiss my ass. Oh, I don't care either way. No wonder you don't care. Number one, you get it as a tax write-off. Number two, you're probably sent the shit for free anyways. You probably get review codes.
Both arguments are made at the same time. If you don't want to play the game, don't buy it. The best way to show you're not happy about it is don't buy it. I don't want to see it.
Also, we can speak with our voices. We can do both. The thing is, you just don't want to hear from us. You don't want to hear the criticism about your favorite piece of plastic. Well, not even in this case. You just don't want to hear criticism over your favorite type of game.
People want to enjoy their game. It's been 2 years since a...
Okay, enjoy your game. Ignore us. Stop giving into us. Stop talking. Plain and simple. There you go. You don't have to listen. No one is making you watch our content. No one is making you read our comments because, if we're being honest, we know at your level. Now, I do try very hard to respond back to all the comments, guys, but I'll tell you this. If I ever get to 2 million subscribers, with the amount of comments he gets, realistically, I can't respond to every comment. It's just not going to happen.
Pokemon game has come out and I'm excited for it.
So I was sitting here and editing and
obviously, I mean, you were sitting before. I mean, has anything changed?
And I got a notification from TCG Pocket that it's time for me to open another pack, that I have been paying the monthly pass for the additional pack a day.
No one really cares.
And I realized I've been paying this for almost a full year now. So I have paid over $100 just to open up digital cards on my phone. And now I'm thinking about, well, what's the broader spectrum here? We either pay $60 plus 10 plus 30 for a $100 game for a complete experience on a home console, or we pay the $90 for Mario Kart World up front plus the DLC in the future, or...
I think you meant $80 up front, because where did $90 come from for Mario Kart World, huh? Or how about this? We pay $60 for Mario Kart World, period, because we're already going to have to pay for the DLC. You know damn well they're not going to give free DLC. This is Nintendo. When are they in the heart of giving anything for fucking free? They literally charged you for a goddamn tech demo for your damn console, for crying out loud. You think Mario Kart World's going to get free DLC? It should. That first DLC pack should be free, but I seriously doubt they're going to do it. And then when it comes to that new Pokemon game, everything should be included for the $60.
Or companies stop giving us complete experiences for the $70 to $100 price.
I mean, they're not really giving us a complete experience. We literally, if you want the complete experience for Pokemon Legends ZA, it's $120 because you have to get the damn online or you have to pay for online on top of it.
Range, including DLC on console, and everything just moves to microtransactions and free to start games. And I think that's the worst option of all.
Or we could all group together and just not buy it and put Nintendo back in their place. But we all know you're not going to do that. Let me check something out. Does he have affiliate links? Nope. Surprisingly, he does not have affiliate links, so I can't use that against him. If he was going to have affiliate links, I was going to be like, well, of course you're saying all this. Oops. Let's go back to play.
So I'm not mad at either of the two first options, you know?
Of course you want it. You got over 250,000 views on this damn video. This video alone, okay, my highest viewed video is like 30,000 views. I made over $100. Literally, the amount of money that I made on that video alone will sit here and pay for Pokemon Legends ZA and the expansion plus the online. Okay, I think I made that much money off of that one video. I only got 30,000 views. You got over 250,000 views, and you're gonna be like, oh, well, it don't bother me whatsoever. Of course it doesn't bother you. Look how much money you made. Okay, think of the average freaking consumer for once. Oh, thank you so much, John Mark. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, man. Thank you for being a member. King Paco Nintendo Lover, how are you guys? Sorry I'm late. It's all good, man. Hey, we just started 17 minutes ago. Don't worry. You just heard me say what games I'm in the middle of playing right now. You're all good, man.
Oh, that's my hot take. Great.
If
it's not a hot take.
We look at the sales of Mario Kart World, that's not how everyone thinks. So being the people who are complaining about that.
Well, with Mario Kart World, guess what? Most of them did. We all know most of them didn't pay $80 for it. We all know that the majority of them bought it in the bundle because they were given a false illusion of a damn sale in the first place. They were given a false illusion that they were actually getting a deal.
You might be in the minority of it. Sometimes the
fanboys like you are in the minority of it.
Smallest voice is the loudest. Wait till the game comes out. Wait till people do reviews.
No, we don't need to wait till the game comes out. We know it's not worth $120 fucking, you damn idiot.
On it. Wait till you play Pokemon Legends ZA, and if you had a
No. He's saying all this because the thing is, if you wait to buy it and wait to play it, that means more people are going to buy it. Is it true that the Nintendo company got hacked? Yep, it is true. It is very true. Now, they didn't really get anything serious, but yeah, they got hacked. I got a video coming out today. In a couple hours, it'll be out.
Good and fantastic time, and if you want to continue that experience and give the developers more money, go for it. If you want to boycott something off of the idea of it without having ever played it or experienced it, I feel as though that's a little immature.
Oh, of course it's immature. You want to know what's immature? Trying to use shaming tactics like saying, oh, if you want to buy it and support the devs, pretty much saying, oh, we're not supporting the devs because we refuse to get ripped off. Oh yeah, nice try there.
But to each their own. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you live in a country.
I really hope nobody watches him anymore. I really hope that your views take. See, we got all the Nintendo fanboys complaining that, oh, positivity doesn't sell. Guess what? Look at AustinJohnPlays. Got over 250,000 freaking views, and he is definitely very positive when it comes to Nintendo. Mainly Pokemon. Alrighty. So that is our current one. Now, let's get to some more salt content. Like I said, guys, I got a bunch of it for you. Matthew Buckley, he is AustinJohnPlays. He is the whole reason why that I even started doing salt content in the first place. He was the very first person I ever did one on, because I used to look up to him and he royally pissed me off when, you know, it was all when the Switch 2 came out. We found out the prices, or it wasn't even the price. It was a price about Mario Kart World. And I was hoping that the Nintendo people I was watching were actually going to stand up and do the right thing. But we all know that they didn't. What the hell? Why is it? I do not want to sign in. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Wrong one. I copied the wrong URL.
Well, everyone, it is Sunday, and today I want...
Why are you sounding? We don't need to be hearing you. There we go. Let's go to paste. There we go. We got it. Oh, it's private. I have to unlist it real quick. Okay. No. Let's see. Unlist it. There we go. Should be working now. Is it going to... What the hell? Jesus Christ. There we go. So we got Priming.
Well,
now
everyone,
this video I was supposed to react to last week, but we ran out of time, like I said. So, but before we get into this guy, I just completely remembered. Hold on. Dark Ross, make sure you don't dox yourself, my guy. I don't dox myself. It's all good, man. Don't you worry. I don't have that information out. We're all good. You guys can't see my screen anyways. You only see what internet browser I show you anyway. So don't worry, man. I'm all good. But by the way, when it comes to doxing, we don't dox anybody. I'm not saying that you do, but there's been stuff going around that people have been getting doxed as of late, and we don't need to be condoning that stuff. No doxing. Now, I got some stuff to say about good old Primey. Now, I wasn't actually even going to say anything, but Friday night, he threw this huge temper tantrum, got an attitude, all because he did not like that somebody requested me to sit here. But, oh, great. Okay, so we're not going to do it like that. How are we going to do this? Oh my God, this is stupid. Okay. Let's do it this way. So, if you go on my X, all right, me and Primey, you're not going to be able to see it because I didn't get it set up correctly, so I'm sorry. So, if you ever go on my X, you will see that me and Primey had an exchange on October 8th. He sat here, sent a screenshot saying nobody buys third-party games on Nintendo. In August, Madden was the #2 best-selling game on Switch 2. So this is what I said. I responded to it. How many units were actually sold? Being #2 on an install base that's not that big doesn't really mean anything. So he was like, enough that it was #2 across all Nintendo platforms combined. And I got confused. I thought it was only on the Switch 2. So I said, I'm pretty sure the Switch 1 and Switch 2 have their own eShop rankings. And let's say that's true. A third-party game that is literally cancer to the community is doing better than pretty much all Nintendo games. And you're hyping it up. And I said, the mighty have fallen. And then he was like, for once, man, it would be nice if you did your own research on a widely available public data. And he sent me the thing that showed that it was on both platforms and said, I'm like, okay, fine. What are the total sales? Because we have still yet to get the sales of DK, which probably means it's not selling that well to begin with. Also, you have no room to talk about someone not doing their own research. How well did you do your research about the Switch 2 being hard to hack? And boy, he did. I'm telling you what, he did not like that one. You know, he got all up in a tissy fit because I sat here and said that kind of stuff, that when he was live on Friday, someone requested me to come onto his podcast. And honestly, if someone requested me to come, or if he ever asked me to come on his podcast, I wouldn't be able to because I work Wednesday night. And it just wouldn't work out. But he got so, enraged. He sat here, showed everybody what we were happening on X and everything. And I wasn't even going to say anything. I just have fun on X, but you know what? It is what it is. And then I also sent him a thing saying, also, I might have been wrong about a small minor things, but I haven't been so wrong to the point where I damage the Nintendo, and I meant to put community, but I only put Nintendo, was spreading fake leaked directs the way you and Player Essence and many other Nintendo influencers did, just saying. And then where's the other one? And then he was like, you said Nintendo not community. I meant to say Nintendo community. And he was like, and what false hope? Honestly, never mind. I got stuff to do. And then I told him what type of false hope he gave to the Nintendo community, and he ran away and hid. And Matthew Buckley sent another one. Madden Curse anyone? I bought it. Yeah, unfortunately. Cripple Gamer received a gifted membership. Thank you so much. So yeah, Primey got all up in his feelers on his live stream Friday, all because his community wants me to come on to his podcast. And when it comes to Primey, he don't want me on because it'll be not it would probably be a detriment for him to even have me on in the first place. Oh, Dewan Davis, angry vigilante, stop lying. How am I lying? Davis, please explain to me, what did I say that was a lie? Can you please explain? You were probably there on that live stream. I would have reacted to the live stream, but guess what? He sat here and put it as members only, so we didn't have to sit here, or so we couldn't react to it. So Davis, if I sat there, angry vigilante is lying. Stop the line, God. I'm not God for one, so don't call me God. Okay, there's only one God. Don't disrespect me like that in the first place. Don't disrespect God like that. Are you kidding me? Talk to him all the phone. He won't even talk to me. I've tried to call in while he was live before because he was letting other people call in. He would ignore me. So Davis, how am I supposed to talk to him? He ran away and hid on X because I got him. I destroyed him on X because of it, because I called his ass out for being a hypocrite and for the damages that he caused the Nintendo community. So please, and apologize to God while you're at it for saying that. Stop referring to me as God for one. Well, Davis, if you want proof, you can go on my X. Okay. It's the Angry Vigilante Show. Go on Twitter, and it's right there for everybody to see. You can see the post. Go right on ahead and go check it. You will see that he ran away and hid. And I would tell you to go watch his live stream, but unfortunately, he put it as members only. So unless you're a member, you're not going to be able to watch it now. Yes, Maximus 2400. When me... Oh, no. This was a separate thing. This just happened, like, I believe last Thursday. It happened last Thursday. We were on X. Primey is all excited that Madden 26 was the second best-selling game across the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 platform. So get this. A Madden game that sold the second best in the whole month of August over all those Switch 1 games with an install base of over 150 million people. But then you look at the Switch 2 and it has like less than 8 million. Did you hear there are rumors that all the stores have gotten rid of the Xbox products? A couple of YouTubers are saying that. Yeah, I've seen it. King Paco Nintendo Lover. I'll eventually do a video on it. But I don't know if you guys really want me to do, because like I did a video about Xbox and it didn't really do that well. I don't come on here to complain, but I don't know if you guys actually want me to do those videos. John Marr, he always removes a membership his live shoes. I don't understand John Marr. Alrighty, so now we got good old Primey.
Well, everyone, it is Sunday, and today I wanted to have a chat with you about the narrative surrounding Nintendo.
Now, this video is over a week old. I was supposed to react to it last week, but again, I ran out of time. Yo Nintendine was talking about how nobody collabs with him. You should collab with him. He's a Nintendo criticizer, but he shows hard evidence. Oh, I know who he is. I love Nintendine, but you know what? I'm actually going to reach out to him. Does he have an X account? Here. Let me see if he has an X account. Does anybody know if he has a Twitter account? Oh, while I'm at it, I need to share on the Twitter that I'm live, so people can all come check me out. Come check me out live. Nope, I spelt that completely wrong. Out live. Alrighty. I would love to collab with Nintendine. I love Nintendine's content. But let's see if he is here. He does. Let me check. Okay. Yep. I am searching right now. I have it on my phone. Because I like my phone more than my computer. I'm so used to my phone now. No, I mean, I've always been used to my phone. Nintendine. Yep. I found a Nintendine. Let's see if it'll let me. But hey, man, well, actually, I'm not going to say what I am messaging because it's technically a message and it's private between me and him. There we go. What? I have sent many messages. Why are you making me verify that I'm a human? What? Why is my account locked? Of course. What? Oh my god, what unusual activity? Is it because I got... God damn it. What am I doing? Use the arrows, move the person to indicate the seat. There you go. Thank you. Of course I'm a freaking human. Why didn't it get sent? Okay, there we go. It's sent. Jesus Christ. Desire, how is it going? Where is it? We got Desire. How's it going, man? Top of the morning. Yeah, I had to sit here and verify I was a human on X because they say I have unusual activity. Probably because I got blocked by Player Essence and a few other people, I think. But let's get into Primey.
No,
I don't think Matthew Buckley, I don't think he would do that. Yeah, he is a legend, but I don't think he would do that. You know what? He ran with a Reddit thread about the Nintendo Switch 2 being unhackable. Okay, and got blasted for it, if anybody remembers. I don't even think he knows how to hack, if we're all being honest here.
At least if you live on the internet, you watch channels like me or someone actually looking for Nintendo content, that there's been a huge negative sentiment around Nintendo. And look, I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush. Nintendo did it to themselves. And it's...
Oh, wow. Is Primey actually turning a new leaf? Wow, is the old Prime coming out again? Oh man, I'm excited. Maybe he is finally turning over a new leaf.
Honestly, up to Nintendo.
I know, Matthew, I know. I just had to throw that out there too. Hopefully he's watching so I can remind him about how dumb that was to run with that damn thing.
Nintendo to change that narrative. It's not up to content creators like me or others that are actually happy with the Nintendo Switch 2 and enjoy the purchase. It's actually...
You only enjoy it because you're making money off of it. Well, not really anymore, but you were planning on making money off of it. I guarantee if you're an average consumer, you wouldn't be that happy. Of course, when you can use it as a tax deduction, you can use it to make money, of course you're going to be happier with it.
Up to the company it comes from. I don't run PR for Nintendo. I am not the person to drive it to the new heights. And
I mean, you kind of do. You just don't get paid for it. That's the thing. Channels like yours are nothing more than a propaganda channel for Nintendo. You are literally like a PR intern that doesn't get none of the benefits of actually being an intern.
No, it's not like even people being negative and getting like hundreds of thousands of views on their content. It's not up to them to turn Nintendo around either and start to make positive content. No. Nintendo earned the negativity they're getting now, but
very
Nintendo
much so.
Also is the one that can turn it all around. And I think that...
Oh, exactly. Nintendo can turn it around. Now, Primey is known from time to time to where he actually can hold criticism towards Nintendo. Usually where he fails at is what his solutions are, because his solutions don't ever solve the problem.
There are some key things they could do to do this. Now, before we dive in, I just want to remind you that, hey, we are giving away a few copies of Age of Imprisonment. We're also giving away 5 copies of Kirby Air Riders. We have 2...
Oh, and don't worry, I've already sat here and down your link, I've submitted a chance to win those games. But how much do you want to bet? Do you think if I actually won it, do you think he would send it to me? Dewan Davis, Angry Vigilante, you still talk about people behind their Davis. Did you see that debate that I had or any of the debates I've done? I got no problem talking to their faces. I got no problem telling this straight to them. Do you think I'm afraid? I ain't afraid of their asses. To begin with, they're the ones that won't talk with me. Do you understand, Davis, that Player Essence blocked me? Okay. Because I was throwing criticism at him on X. So you're saying, oh, I talk behind his back. Guess what? I try to talk to their faces, but they won't respond. They run away and hide. And then at worst, Player Essence don't even say anything. He literally blocked me on X because he couldn't handle the criticism. I do not like that because that could be fake. Oh, I don't really care what you like, to be honest. I don't like that. I would say it to her face. Well, I'm glad that you think that Nintendo Prime is a her. Good morning, Gaming with Hope. Angry Vigilante, I like my Switch too. I bought me too. Congratulations. You must love getting blown out by Daddy Nintendo. Davis, I think you're one of those people who get put in a corner. You're given a box of crayons, a coloring book, told to color inside the line, and handed some Play-Doh and a tub of toothpaste to eat as a snack. I think you're one of those people.
Separate giveaway links down in the pinned comment or description to enter for that. And for the rest of this video, well, most of the rest of the video, I think I'm going to show you guys some footage of me playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. No, it's not going to be like the greatest gameplay ever to
Oh, I don't really care, Matthew Buckley. It just shows that how Player Essence, he's not helping all the criticism or all the stuff he gets talked about. He's not helping the claims against him. You know, we all keep saying that he's nothing more than a fanboy who can't take criticism, even though he always says, oh, you can do criticism. But the problem is Player Essence think he's like a 90s talk show host now, where he's going, you get a ban, everyone gets a ban. I swear that's how he thinks he is.
Kind of a long hiatus in my...
Oh, and by the way, Nintendo Prime didn't block me. Only Player Essence did. Player Essence, he just, whenever you give him criticism, he just runs away and hides.
Play sessions. But one, I got to test some new capture equipment. Two, I have this new like third-party dock right here. I don't even have it hooked up yet at the time of recording.
Get on with it. Get on with it already.
As well for my
that looked like a Steam Deck dock, to be honest, but get on with it, Primey.
Recording and streaming purposes. So
we ain't got all damn day here.
Through the video, it'll make more and more sense why I'm showing this particular game. So what are we really getting into? Well, I actually made a post over on X that...
Nah, I don't think he would. Are you talking about Nintendo Prime? Nah, he ain't like that. Nintendo Prime is very faithful.
I'm going to kind of go through a little bit and add some additional commentary, and I'll link to the post down below if it really tickles
your fancy. Are you trying to copy the rest of us for putting footage in the background?
Started, and we're going to stop at points throughout it to add additional commentary. So
okay, we get it, Primey. Get on with it.
This might become a video. Here's the video, but I just wanted to note that it is not my job.
It wasn't. It might become a video. It is a video. That was like, why would you even have that included in there?
Nor the job of anyone else online to change.
Matthew, but I don't know who's Johnny Carson. Can you tell me who that is?
Change the narrative around Nintendo. That is Nintendo's job. That is if they overall care in the first place. Some companies don't.
Very true.
And I think two things are not going to change. Let's talk about these two things. It's actually three things, but you know, thing number one is pricing. Nintendo won't be.
Of course it could change, but because of fanboys like you won't let us change it. Because you keep conditioning people to accept these terrible prices. So with that attitude, that's what we're left with. It's you guys. Not us. At least we're trying to fight against it.
Lowering the price of the games, or the Switch 2, or the accessories, amiibo, etc.
Oh, it will if we push back. If we stop buying it and we hold Nintendo accountable. But the problem is, you don't want that. My guess is, I think this is the real reason why Primey does not really care about lowering the prices. He claims he does, but he doesn't really do that. You don't know Johnny Carson, and you must be 35 or under. I'm actually 35 exactly, but no, I don't know who Carson is. Watching Austin John Plays reaction before forwarding live stream. There you go. Good job, Mario 123. So glad you called that idiot on that video as well. Oh, I understand.
A few reasons is, well,
oh my God, Dwan Davis. Angry Vigilante, stop being disrespected to me. A grown man, do not climb me up. That makes absolutely no sense, Dwan Davis. That comes across as pretty sus. Okay, I don't think that you actually mean that. Because with your first name, I don't think English is your first language, so I don't want to be mean, but you need to read before you send it because it's not coming across in the correct way. My God, Prime, you need a script, my guy, with the amount of rambling and stutter. Oh, exactly, dude. Why I guess that? It's okay. I can be 35. What's wrong with being 35? Okay, I'm still 35 years young. Look up Johnny Carson, please. Okay, fine. You guys are driving me crazy. It's okay. That's okay. I'm here for you guys. Johnny Carson. He was the king of the late night television. What television show did he have? I know I've heard the name before. Okay, he was a late night talk show. Yes, I'm not that damn old, okay? He had his show back in the black and white era. You think I'm not that damn old. Don't you sound that old? Why would I know that? Hey, I do know the one late night show. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember my grandparents always talking about it where the one guy would be like, say goodnight, Gracie. And she'd be like, goodnight, Gracie.
And in their home country that they have to convert all the money into is in the toilet, but also the state of the world economy. Everything else is going up in price as well. And
No. According to all that inflation, you guys kept going on about they made record-breaking profits, became the most profitable they've ever been under all that inflation. Don't give me that bullshit. They're raising these prices because they want to rip people off.
Industry. So Nintendo is likely going to have to eat that negativity around prices either way, just like everyone else is. And another,
they don't have to. They could literally price things fairly like they did with the Switch 1.
I think that's probably never going to change is how litigious they are. We know a lot of negative sentiment came from that lawsuit against Palworld, and it is still coming as the lawsuit is ongoing.
Yes, because the lawsuit was bullshit.
This isn't new. Nintendo's been involved in several lawsuits like this over the years. Most of the time it got swept under the rug because we just didn't care. We're going to get into why people didn't care. But again, this is nothing new. They've been this way my entire life. The way they file patents.
Well, we also didn't have the internet way back in the day like we do now also. So that might be another reason.
Patents and the way they sue and being against emulation and trying to take out emulators. And
oh, Matthew Buckley, you're 50. It's all good, man. Don't worry. I'm not that old.
Nothing's really changed. It hasn't gotten worse. It's just magnified in the...
No, it's gotten worse. Miyamoto is way worse than Iwata was.
Public eye due to the general online sentiment that already...
Dwan Davis, angry vigilante. I make the say this. I am a grown man. Stop being dispel. Are you trying to say disrespectful? Okay, Dwan Davis, listen. You come on to my show to sit here and allow me to criticize you. That's all it is. You come on here. I know you come from Prime's community and you come from Player Essence community. And you're going to sit here and tell me not to disrespect you. You're the one that kept coming on here making claims that I'm stalking people. And you also claim to be a lawyer. And you don't even know the legal definition of what freaking stalking is in the first place. Okay, so you want to talk about being disrespectful here, man. I'm allowing you now. See, I'm not like your favorite YouTuber like Player Essence. I don't ban people just for the hell of it. I'm not gonna make you pay me a super chat just to continue talking to me. Okay. So Davis, you need to grow up a little bit. Number one, stop taking stuff so seriously. And then don't be throwing stones in glass houses now. I'm 37. Damn, I'm old. Yeah, we're getting up there. The war paint is on. Nothing wrong with being in your 30s. I was just it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. Iwata was decent by all accounts. Yes, he was. He has the case of the autism, probably. Well, I don't think he really has autisms. I think it's more because if you look at his first name, it doesn't sound very English. So I think that I just don't think that English is his first language. I'm dispel form forks. That's just mean. Hypocrite, LARPy, harpies at their very true. Iwata was decent guy. Same with Reggie. Very true. There is a difference of a fanboy who wants to glaze even if it's anti-consumer True fans will have love and hate relationships with the company. Agree. I know I am getting up there in my early 30s. It's all good. Dragon Knight, Dragonborn, it's all good, man.
It exists. This is likely never changing. Just like, I guess I could throw in, this is a fourth amendment.
All right, I'm going to speed it up to 1.25 or 1.5. Let me know if it's too fast, guys.
But like the policy that they could brick your system, been around since Wii. It's been here this whole time. We just think.
Yes, but we didn't hear about them bricking left and right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Primey. Did anybody get their system bricked for using for putting in a used game? Did that ever happen? Did someone buy a pre-owned game and they got bricked because they couldn't distinguish the difference between a legitimate copy and not? Did that ever happen?
Didn't care. Why do we care now? Well,
probably because back then it wasn't happening as often.
We'll get into that in a moment.
I'm pretty certain you won't get into it really. You're going to give a bullshit cop-out reason.
That said, another thing that's probably never going to change is game key cards. Third parties have actually come out.
They could change. They could easily change. If people stop buying them, I promise you, they will change.
Defending them, third parties want them, even with Nintendo releasing multiple.
Well, no one really cares what third parties want. Third parties also want amazing sales, and I don't think that's happening.
Size of cartridges, which there is some news to suggest that's coming. It's not going to change that people don't like game key cards, and the game key cards aren't actually going to go anywhere. And we can talk about
of course they can. If you stop buying them, it doesn't matter if third parties like them or not.
Why this negative sentiment exists and why we're not overlooking a lot of this like we may have done so in the past. And the chief reason is how Nintendo can stop this narrative. In fact, they could turn it around. Games.
Really? So you think to turn all this criticism around is games? Now, I've already watched this one. I know where he's going to lead down to. No, Primey, you know the reason why, but you already said, oh, it's not going to happen. You named everything that is not going to happen. That's what needs to change.
It's what we're all here for, right? Like, you wouldn't be at this channel. I wouldn't be making this video. I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for games. I actually enjoy the lineup thus far and what's been announced for the future of Switch 2.
Well, of course you do. Because for a while, you didn't have to worry about it. You were making good money. You were getting some good reviews or views and everything. You also are given review copies. So, of course, you got to say that you are happy with the games. Money don't matter as much to you like that. Plus, you get a tax deduction. You don't have to sit here and pay like the average consumer does.
But obviously, there hasn't been anything on that same excitement level for the general larger audience as Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey. Those were launch games in 2017. Well, launch year.
Yes, very good, amazing. See, with the Switch 1, we got two of the best for the Switch for single-player launch games. We've only gotten one good launch game that was overpriced, and that's DK Bonanza.
Year games. Some things are arguably better if you just want to look at the launch year lineup of Switch 1 versus Switch 2. I could argue that Age of Imprisonment looks more exciting than Fire Emblem Warriors did, so we're getting...
Well, Age of Imprisonment looks better than Kirby Air Riders. And I honestly think that Age of Imprisonment is going to sell way better than Kirby Air Riders. And the reason why I think that, now this isn't a 100% definitive thing, but with GameFly, with the plan that I have, I am allowed to game lock one game at a time where it'll be sent to me like 2 days before it's supposed to release. Now, if too many people game lock the game, then there's a second tier where you can continue to game lock. I am able to currently game lock Kirby Air Riders, but I cannot game lock the Age of Imprisonment game unless I get into the next tier. Angry Vigilante, I do speak English. I am using my phone to type. Okay, then Davis, you need to read the stuff before you send it, because I'm not the only one that has a problem with your typing, okay? There's been multiple times where Player Essence has said your name and said, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. There have been many times where Primey has sat here and read your messages and said he doesn't understand what you're saying. Okay? If you speak English, that's fine, but you need to read the message before you send it. I'm not even trying to be mean here. Okay? I just don't want you to get made fun of for you to continue to do that, because people are going to blast you for it. I do have gameplay too. There you go. Good job. I asked my son if he wanted a Switch 2 for Christmas. He said, no, get him a Steam Deck. I think you should get him a Steam Deck. I buy a game stick. Okay, well, there you go, man. I can't read that whole thing off, so you understand why. I'm getting Age of Imprisonment. The story looks awesome. Yeah, it does. I'm going to rent it, so I'm excited for that one.
Both had a Warriors game, and one looks better than the other. Kirby Air Riders is probably, especially because of Masahiro Sakurai, a bigger deal than something like ARMS, right? Like, even though
Kirby Air Riders, Primey, it's not a big deal. No one asked for this game. Nobody really wanted it. You guys are reaching where there's no reach to be given. Okay, if this, like, no matter how well this game does, it's only going to do as well as it does because of Sakurai. More people are excited for the fact that Sakurai did the game than Kirby. If they would have never given Sakurai a direct and they give him another direct, the game's not going to sell that well. The only reason why they're doing a second direct is because they're trying to hype people up, but unfortunately, there's no hype to be given. No one's hyped for it.
I actually really enjoyed ARMS. And then there's Metroid Prime 4, which should, in my opinion, be on the same hype level as Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, and certainly is.
Well, you know, it should, but guess what? You're not the consumer. You don't speak for the consumers. The unfortunate part, there would be more hype if the trailers would have looked good, but Nintendo fucked up. They screwed up. Angry Vigilante, I am in my office right now doing some paperwork. Congratulations. I mean, don't understand what that really has to do with anything, my guy. Don't, you know, awesome. I'm glad that you're working. Kirby Air Riders looks better and more thought out than Mario Kart World. Oh, well, yeah, but that's not hard to accomplish here. Kirby Air Riders looks like it runs on a Nintendo Switch. It actually does. Where do you rent games, Vigilante? Gamefly. I'm a cheap ass.
Is for a very select group of people, but it's not. Maybe it's on the same hype level as Mario and Rabbids, but that was 8 million plus seller. So maybe that's kind of the
No. Wait, are you talking about Metro Prime? I don't think it's going to sell 8 million units. I do not think Metro Prime 4. Not with how trash that damn trailer looked. Are you kidding me, Primey? Primey. In August, for crying out loud, a third-party Madden sports game that was only for the Switch 2 with as small of an install base that it had, outsold anything on the Switch 1. You actually think Metroid Prime 4, with the install base that it has being for the Switch 1 and Switch 2, you actually think that it's going to sell at the level of what Mario and Rabbids? You really need to come back to reality here.
Comp there to the year one of Switch, but the hype level of those two really large year one Switch games made many overlook a lot of things that in today's environment would never get passed over. I mean, just think about this one thing. Nintendo announced that despite the Switch launch.
Primey. So what you're saying is you want them to come out with these big, massive games because you think it's going to overlook the negativity. No, what it's going to do is get you hyped up, and it gives you something to report on that hopefully would overlook the negativity. Come on, Primey. We all know, even if they came out with a big 3D Mario game, that's not going to stop the negativity because we all know it's going to be an $80 game.
Launching with free online that they were going to be charging for it later. That thing.
Oh, I do. I don't know if it's the video that you want, Mario 123, about Dreamcast Guy, but I do got a video up for him today. I haven't done a Dreamcast Guy in a while, but I'm doing one, yeah. Nintendo did Prime 4 dirty. Oh, yes, they did. But as long as Kirby gets another direct, oh, I know, right? Well, the reason why they got to give Kirby another direct is because they got to get more people hyped for it. That's the reason. No one's really hyped for the damn thing. You hear Player Essence and all them say, oh, this game, this many people are pre-ordering this game on Amazon. We haven't heard nothing about Kirby Air Riders yet. Why haven't we heard shit about Kirby? We heard stuff about Galaxy Bundle, about the pre-orders on Amazon. We heard about Pokemon Legends ZA. Where are all the pre-orders for Kirby Air Riders? I don't recall seeing those.
Didn't get nearly the pub it did, even when it ended up happening in the following year, 2018, because again, they had these really large games that everyone wanted to play, and you could just kind of accept this is part of what you need to accept in order to have.
Okay, if you're talking about the Switch 1 Primate, most people there wasn't a whole lot of negativity outside of the Wii U failing. That was it.
These sort of games. But I decided to dive into this because I wanted to know like just what's going on recently with the conversations around Nintendo. So I typed Nintendo into YouTube search. Sorted by views, of course, because views is what people are actually watching. And then obviously to the last week. And there's a lot of shorts in there, and the shorts are all over the place. So I'm gonna kind of skip over the shorts because the shorts you can have a short get like 1 million views because you stuck a Game Boy Lego up your nose. Like it's okay.
Oh, I mean, that was better than sticking crayons up your nose. We all know some people that watch your videos and Player Essence videos love to shove crayons up their nose. I don't need to say who, but I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
I don't know that that's like content people are searching for. I think that's more so content people are just discovering naturally going through the Shorts app. But if we look at content that people might actually be going to youtube.com and looking up when they type Nintendo in and actually watching or getting suggested on their homepage, we see these are the videos that are being watched, the top 10 videos.
How much do you want to bet he's going to complain that it's not the ones that he wants?
Being watched that are not corporate videos. What do I mean by corporate videos? Official trailers, uploads. There's like a Nintendo Tokyo Live going on. That's all official stuff, official media. Let's get away from the official media. What are the actual people on YouTube watching that are not watching the official media?
Prime, you don't got to ramble. This is why your video's so damn long. You're rambling on and on about stuff we don't need to hear.
Well, first off, videos on Game Boy Lego, of course. Many people actually thought the Game Boy Lego was a fair price, and there's been lots of unboxing.
Game Boy Lego. I mean, I don't know nothing about it.
And build videos of it. So sure, that's been actually the #1 most watched thing this last week. Then Galaxy 1 and 2 reviews. Okay, makes sense. That is the game.
Oh, I bet. And I bet a lot of those reviews are pretty poor. Anybody that says that bundle is worth it, they're full of shit.
Game Nintendo released in the last week. Then a video about Nintendo lying. Then a Switch.
Well, there will always be a video about Nintendo lying, and I think I know which one you're talking about. He's definitely talking about Nintendo.
2 DLSS analysis video. You guys know that's by Digital Foundry, I'm sure. Then another video on Switch 2 sales being bad. Then another video making fun of Nintendo fanboys. Actually kind of surprised.
Oh, I wonder if that was my video.
I didn't make it into that video. Maybe I'm not like the worst of the worst fanboy out.
Okay, no, that wouldn't have been my video then. Never mind, because it was mine. He would definitely been included in that one.
There, and some people hate me to be, or maybe the person just didn't know who I am. I don't know. Maybe I'll be in the next one they make.
I promise you that person knows who you are.
Making fun of Doug Bowser retiring. You guys remember that being a thing? There's still a few faint videos getting some views on that this past week. Xeon leaving Nintendo Life, which I'm a little sad about.
I mean, did you even watch the damn video? Because he has a habit of looking at my thumbnails and my titles, and he automatically makes an assumption about them, but doesn't actually watch them. So I wonder if he actually watched these videos.
But I know he's got a better job opportunity, so I'm also kind of happy for him. He's a friend of mine. Scott the Waz, ranking Nintendo console bundles. You know, he does a lot of retro content like that, so no surprise that's doing well. And then Nintendo is Evil, another Nintendo is Evil video that's lost.
Well, that's what's big right now, because Nintendo is, whether you want to accept it or not.
Lawsuit related. Now, when you look at those top 10 topics and videos, only one's about an actual game, and that's a game or a couple games there released for the Wii coming back. This isn't to say people aren't talking about games, of course. If you look for specific content, you can find people talking about Metro.
Yes, you just typed in Nintendo. What'd you expect was going to come up? Nintendo's not been doing a whole lot of good right now.
Prime 4, though. Here's what was really funny. When I went to do Metro Prime 4 search and I sorted it by views, and then I went to the last week, the #1 result for that search was a negative video that literally has nothing to do with Metroid. A certain someone seems to be really slapping in that YouTube algorithm, and they pop.
How much do you want to bet he names who it is? We all know it's Nintendo. Attaboy, you keep going at him, Nintendo.
Up so much they're actually appearing in completely irrelevant searches. YouTube search, are you broken from a contextual perspective? Because I don't know why that video popped up.
I mean, it's YouTube. I love you, YouTube, if you're watching. I don't say nothing negative about you ever.
Anyways, it was the #1 search result. And even that video wouldn't be in the top 10 for Nintendo videos. There are, again, like friend of the channel, Andres Restarts, been making tons of Metroid Prime 4 content, but none of this stuff is appearing in the top viewed content for Nintendo.
Probably because he's damage controlling. Probably because he keeps damage controlling for Nintendo and glossing over all the negatives. That's what you guys like to do. You guys, even you say it in your videos. Let's set aside the negative price point, and when we look at it, we see a lot of good things happening. That's your motto. Set aside the negative to highlight the positive.
Legends EA has a couple noteworthy videos, of course, if you want to look for it. Pokemon is like the most popular thing going on this holiday for Nintendo. One is Arlo, if you remember him. On his Topic Arlo channel, he made a huge negative video about Pokemon Legends EA. And
probably rightfully so. What's wrong with all that? It's not negative, it's called being honest. Your videos would also be getting pushed out there if you had a fucking spine, Primey.
the other one was a Legends EA meme review. All other Pokemon Legends content that isn't official media would not appear anywhere near those top 10 topics we already talked about. I mentioned all this because the common consistent theme is that nobody is talking about the games and getting views for.
They are talking about the games. I get views. Now, I haven't been going viral or anything. Nintendo talks about the games. He talked about Galaxy 1 and 2.
For doing so. Now, why is it? Well, is it the creator's fault? I mean, it must just be the creator's fault. We're just not making.
Yes, it is your fault if you want to talk about you, because the community has spoken. The Nintendo community is fed up with you guys, Primey. They're fed up with all the toxic positivity. They want honesty. They want people who are actually going to stand up for them. So why would they sit here and watch your stuff? Angry Vigilante. So why do you not be same if you be watching? Davis, I don't understand what you're trying to say. You need to resend that.
That content. Well, okay, but if you search specifically for it, you can definitely find it. Heck, there's content for Kirby Air Riders even out there. It's, you know, it's weird. You know, the content can exist, but the audience for that content doesn't. Now, Nintendo has to turn that narrative around.
Because the Nintendo community is tired of the toxic positivity. That is why your guys' views are going down. That's why you're seeing this so-called negativity. And it's not negativity, it's healthy criticism. Learn the damn difference.
Around, and that's with games. Many left that last direct, still waiting for one big game that just, it's undeniable and hard to say anything bad about it. It's impressive and shows.
You know, Switchforce said the exact same thing about DK Bonanza. He said it was hate proof, that he literally hyped up a fucking demo of a game. That's how bad that was. Primies, don't give me that one. Don't say, oh, it's impossible to hate on. Look, you sit there and say that shit about 3D Mario, and look how much healthy criticism that you keep calling hate and negativity is going towards that damn bundle right now. How well did that bundle sell there, Primey? Huh?
Nintendo at their best, and that game hasn't happened yet. Now look, I think if we fast forward 5 years, we may look back on year one of Switch 2 not being that bad game-wise, but for now, this is the key to turning the narrative around. We are all gamers, or the games. So when will...
Well, calling you a gamer is kind of a strong word there, Primey. I would more call you a damage control PR intern. That's what I would call you.
Nintendo next get a chance to change our narrative? Well, I guess a February direct, at least, you know, if history bears out, February is the next time Nintendo will make big announcements. But no, I have to clarify, it's not my...
No, we're going to have a direct before that. We're supposed to get another damn Kirby direct. Because there's only, if I'm correct, we've only had one so far. We haven't gotten the second one yet.
My job to make you enjoy something, which I can't really make anyone do. And it's also not my job to carry pom-poms and rah-rah cheer on Nintendo. I am.
Oh, come on, man. We all know before you go to bed that you throw on that Nintendo cheerleader outfit. We all know that you put that on and you shake those pom-poms every night. Don't lie to us.
I'm a happy Switch 2 owner, but the narrative online won't change.
You're only happy because you make money on it. Let's stop the cap. You're only happy because you get to make money and you get to write off as a tax deduction.
Until Nintendo forces it to. Now, that's interesting when you think about all these conversations on the surface, because Nintendo's in this precarious place where they self-created a lot of the negativity, and they haven't done a whole lot to combat it with the games. In the past,
not a lot of the negativity, they self-created all the negativity.
When Nintendo's had a lot of the negative narratives with lawsuits and other things come through, they have also, on top of those negative stories, been able to get them brushed aside by having a bevy of games that people were so excited for and made people not really think any.
Yes, because, well, probably before, no one really took Nintendo seriously during the Wii U with all the negativity. No one really looked at Nintendo as competition. Even during the Switch 1, no one really looked at the Switch 1 as competition. That's why they were able to push all that negativity aside here.
Any of this stuff was as big of a deal because in the end,
same thing with the N64 and the GameCube, even the Wii, no matter how much that thing sold, no one really looked at that as competition either.
Why do we game Nintendo? Why do we play Nintendo? Why do we own a Switch? We owned it to play games, and the games were so phenomenal that, you know what, we can deal with it.
Not all of them, but they were also at a good price too. That's what you keep forgetting.
The occasional negative story, the occasional lawsuit, that this, we could deal with all that and deal with the fact that they had the same policy during Switch that they could brick your system, because who cares? The games.
And also, you got to understand too, Primey, a lot more people are on YouTube than what they were during the Switch 1 time. At the beginning of the Switch 1, not as many people were on YouTube as much as we are now too. That's another thing you got to understand.
They're so amazing that we just kind of have to take the bad with the good. And right now, it's mostly taking the bad with the, well, for some of us good, but for...
There isn't a whole lot of good. Even you know this deep down. You're just too embarrassed to admit it.
I think most consumers, either not good or tepid. Now, this whole time you've been watching me play DK Bonanza, because this is one of those games that I think when we fast forward 5 years from now, we're going to look back on DK Bonanza as, you know what? That was one of those big games. That was...
No one's going to look back on it and say, oh, it's one of those big games. It was overpriced. There wasn't enough quality content to justify that $70 price tag.
Was, or should have been, a narrative shifting game, but it wasn't.
No, it was not. Well, good narrative, actually. That story is freaking phenomenal. I will sit here and admit that one. That damn story mode, or that story in Donkey Kong Bonanza was phenomenal. I love the story.
And the chief reason is because it started out as a Switch 1 game, to be clear, in my opinion, and that it's Donkey Kong instead of Mario. DK hasn't had the same relevance it once did.
It has nothing to do that it was DK, or, well, maybe a little bit because it's Mario. Well, look at the Galaxy bundle. That thing's not selling well, so not even Mario could have saved that damn bundle. They overpriced it. That's why it's not doing as well. I honestly do not think this game is selling well. No matter how much they try to tell you, until we get the sales data, I'm not changing my mind.
Did back in the 80s and 90s. That being said, this could be the game that propels it back to that relevance. And if it does, I think in hindsight, we'll look back 5 years and go, oh yeah, that actually was a defining year one game, not just Mario Kart World, but that particular.
There is no game so far this year that's a defining year one game. For number one, they're all too expensive. But we know what your style is, Primey. We all know you love to sit here and put aside the price point to sit here and look at a lot of good things are happening. We know that's your motto.
Particular game. But here's the thing, that's 5 years from now when you can look back at things in hindsight, when narratives change and conversation shift, and people can look back and get rid of the what they're feeling in the moment during that time and actually look back and examine it from a more, I don't want to say objective standpoint, but a more knowledgeable one, where we have...
Well, we already are looking at it from a knowledgeable standpoint.
Much greater knowledge of Nintendo's lineup over a 5-year period, and then we can look back and go, okay, you know what, year one maybe wasn't so bad. We were just...
No, it's not going to change, Primey. Want to know why? Number one, the game was too overpriced, and we've only gotten one good narratively driven game. And I honestly don't know if we're going to get another one.
Really impatient, which happens. So, yeah, it's up to Nintendo. Nintendo's got to shift it. I don't know if they will. I don't know. Well, let's put it this way. I think they...
Okay, Nintendo's going to... I mean, if you're talking about Nintendo bringing out a major new game, of course they're going to bring them out. They're going to sit here and eventually release a new Mario. They're gonna release a new Zelda at some point here. Come on, we all know that they're gonna do it. Is it gonna shift the negativity? No, not with fanboys like you.
They will shift someday. They're going to have big game announcements, but I don't want this to be like a Wii U situation where we're waiting a hell of a long time for, and by the way, it's already not a Wii U situation. I'm not talking about the sales of the Switch 2. That's obviously been doing really well. We're not talking about, obviously, them having no games coming out. That was a huge, like, game droughts were massive. We're not really have, like, big game droughts. Even if you want to say, well, hey, from Dragon Drive, our next big exclusive is Age of Imprisonment. Okay, well, that's a drought of a few months. If you're just going to ignore all the games that are also on Switch 1 and Switch 2. However,
Primey, it doesn't matter what's coming out on the Switch 1. People are only going to care about what's coming out on the Switch 2. It is not a flex to say, oh, you got games on the Switch 1.
That's not the same. Like, we had like a 9-month drought at one point on Wii U. So that was just between games.
I am so glad I wasn't into the Wii U. I really am. When I think back on it, oh boy, am I glad.
Games coming out from Nintendo. So yeah, this is not the same thing. That said,
but also you did have the 3DS at the same time. And I'm pretty positive you had a 3DS.
It is on Nintendo to get the narrative changed. It is on Nintendo to shift it. And you do it with the games. Again, some of these negative...
You do it by dropping the price. You can do it by ending the game key cards. You can do it by, what was the other one that you said? I can't remember.
Things about Nintendo, like the prices, the game key card.
Oh, it was the lawsuits. Well, we all know that's not going to change.
And look how litigious they are. None of that's going to go away. In my opinion, some of it could even get worse. I don't know, more specifically on price points. Not saying they will, but
it needs to go away. Those price points is the biggest reason why they're getting all this damn criticism. Primey, you know this, okay? You need to just accept it. You need to sit here and actually start looking out for the community for once.
I still have this thing in the back of my mind where Nintendo might raise the price of the system next year. I'm hoping they don't, but you know, I never want...
It's not a might. They will sit here and yeah, definitely. They will raise that price. I think next year we will get a price raise on the Switch 2. There is no doubt about it.
Prices to go up. I just will say that Nintendo controls the narrative. They are not going to announce their games until they're ready to be announced. And next year could be when things shift. You know,
Primey, it's not the games, okay? Like some of the negativity surrounding was the release dates. We've gotten the release dates. Guess what? It's the price. It's giving us cut content as DLC. Those are the negativities right now.
Zelda's 40th anniversary is next year. They like to tease the new Zelda game a couple years ahead of time. I even think a tease of the new 3D Zelda game, even with it being a couple years out from next year, you know, I think that can go a long way. Now, you still have to have something coming out sooner than that to hype people up on, whether it's a 3D Mario or an Animal.
Oh, don't worry, Primey, you're probably going to get Drag X Drive again, number 2. Oh, it's good old Retro Fusion. You know, I think next is Player Essence, but the one after that, I am going to be reacting to somebody who actually shouts you out in the video. Good old Nukem Nintendo. Do you know who that is, Retro Fusion? Because he tags you in all his videos. Oh boy, I'm going to react to that man right there.
Animal Crossing or something, right? They gotta have some sort of, one of their big names needs to get announced to be really impressive, or they need to bring something back or announce a brand new IP that also can be massive and impressive. And I think that's coming. And I think, you know, we're overlooking things like Splatoon Raiders. That clearly looks like it's not coming out in the first year of the system, but rather a second half of next year.
Yes, most likely Splatoon Raiders is going to come out. I'm actually excited for Splatoon Raiders. That thing looks like it might be a good game, especially if it's a single player story driven game.
Although we could be wrong on that front. They could go on Nintendo today and drop a release date for Splatoon Raiders if they wanted to.
Retro Fusion, that does not surprise me one little bit. I am not surprised. You like Harmon Smith, so he is literally Harmon Smith's mini-me. The only difference is he talks a little better than Harmon Smith. But between me and you, Retrofusion, I am surprised that Nukem hasn't been canceled yet. The amount of slurs that man throws out there, the amount of homophobic slurs he throws out on his videos, how has he not been canceled yet?
So, look, I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. But Nintendo is...
No, you ain't just going to sit back. You're so full of shit. You're going to be out there in the front when someone says something. You get triggered every time someone says something negative about Metroid Prime, for crying out loud.
The one to blame for the narrative, and they're the only ones that can...
He doesn't like Harmon? Well, Retro, he tags Harmon in his videos. Okay, so, I mean, he sounds just like Harmon. If we're being honest, his talking points literally sound like they're identical to Harmon.
Can really save it. It is not my job to do so. I will continue to be critical of Nintendo as I need to be, but I'm also going to praise them when I think they deserve praise. And I also can't lie to you guys about my personal feelings on Switch 2. I said it earlier in the video,
exactly,
and I'll say it again.
Dragon Knight.
I actually am a happy Switch 2 enjoyer. I actually felt the system was worth the price day one. Not because Mario Kart World's like my favorite game of all time, but honestly, I've been waiting 8 years for Breath of the Wild to be 60 FPS in an official...
Is no different from 90% of the Salt content creators dropping R slurs. Well, if you're talking about R as Riri, I don't drop homophobic slurs. Okay? And maybe if a lot of the fanboys would act right, we wouldn't have to drop R slurs. But sorry to tell you this, Retrofusion, a lot of the people that are considered fanboys, they do say a lot of idiotic stuff that brings it on themselves, and Nukem Nintendo is no exception.
Capacity that wasn't emulation. That alone made the purchase worth to me. I would have spent, let me be honest, I would have spent a stupid amount of money to have it in official capacity that way. And then you throw on that that's also true for Tears of the Kingdom.
I mean, that doesn't surprise us. You love to sit here and say that $8 games aren't worth the price, but you ran out and bought the $80 Tears of the Kingdom edition. Even though you could have gotten it free. You literally had a copy for the Switch 1 and you had the online. You literally could have gotten the upgrade for free, but you still ran out and bought it. This is from the guy who bought game key cards and said, oh, I bought them so I can show you on screen what they're like. I bought a code in the box so I can show you what it looks like. No, you did not buy all that stuff to show your audience. You bought all that stuff because you wanted to make Nintendo look like the best. So if all of you content creators bought everything at launch, it would have inflated the sales. You were trying to inflate the sales numbers for Nintendo Switch 2 at launch. That's all that was.
Throw on the upgrades of Mario Odyssey.
If you feel their comments are wrong, that doesn't mean they are mentally handicapped slurs. Retrofusion, I challenge you to actually sit back and listen to some of the stuff they say, but objectively, there are times when Harmon Smith is wrong. Harmon Smith literally says that the GameCube, or not the GameCube, that the Wii U wasn't a failure, that it was more successful, okay, than the PS4. He has factually said that the GameCube was more successful than the PS2. He has said factually that the N64 was more successful than the PS1. That has nothing to do with us thinking that their opinions are wrong or their comments are wrong. That is factually incorrect. We got Switch Addiction. How's it going, man? Good morning. I watched your live stream right before I went live. You did good, man. You bought a lot of games on Steam. Man, if I would have, I already bought a bunch of games. If I would have done a live stream where I would have bought games, I think I would have been sleeping on the couch. My wife would have not have been happy. But you know what? When you think about a Switch Addiction, I don't know about you. My couch is closer to the gaming console. So if you ever had to go sleep on the couch, is it really a negative?
Let's see with the resolution. You throw on the upgrades, all of my Switch 1 games just naturally, even without patches. Yeah, it was well worth it. The fact that Bayonetta 3 went from being a game that I still think is the worst of the trilogy, but now it's not like significantly worse. Like because of how the game performed on Switch 1 in terms of like the frame rate dips during combat, they really dipped it.
If someone cannot accept facts, I mean, when you say an R slur, you're talking about Riri, right? Are you talking about that kind of slur? I can't say the actual word because YouTube don't like it, but is that what you're saying? I don't usually say the R slur, because YouTube doesn't like it. I usually say if they're idiots or simpletons, which to me is pretty much the same if we're talking about the same slur. But I don't throw homophobic slurs everywhere that Nukem does. And then, hope everyone is doing well. Oh yeah, we're doing great. I don't know what you're trying to say yes to, Retrofusion, but
it down now. Okay, now it's actually a pretty damn good game from a really damn good series. It might not be the best of that series, but it's worthy of being part of the series. Something I questioned on Switch. So yeah, I think that all of that is definitely.
Oh yeah, Desire just realized who's in the chat. Retro, yep. I don't actually mind Retrofusion. You know what, Retrofusion, even though I give you shit, I don't mind you. I prefer you over, oh, Davis did sit there. Angry Vigilante. I want to say thank you for all the information you gave me. I will talk to you in 2 weeks. I'll go out of town. Okay. Go for it, man. Go. Yeah, I understand you're going out of town. Don't know what information you're talking about, but whatever. On the guy who spans the F slur. Okay, I'm assuming I know what slurs we're talking about, but
worth my price.
Oh, that's what you're saying yes to, Retrofusion. Well, again, to me, that word means the same as idiot or simpleton in my mind. So, I mean, they don't bother me. I don't take offense to them.
Of admission, literally day one. Then you throw on DK Bonanza. You throw on obviously having 60 FPS Pokemon. Oh, remember when all Pokemon games on handheld? Granted, it was like top down, but we're 60 FPS. Well, we're back to 60 FPS with a 3D Pokemon game. Even though I don't think it's the most visually impressive game, at least the gameplay seems really good from what I played at PAX West. And then on top of that, we have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond coming. Been waiting since Wii for another one.
Yes, a lot of us are excited for Metroid Prime 4 until that trailer came out. I don't understand how you're excited for how terrible that trailer looked.
One of those, really excited. And then, of course, you know, you throw on Kirby Air Riders and my most anticipated game of the year, Age of Imprisonment. So I'm very happy. And then we have Mario Tennis Fever coming up. We have Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave looks incredible. Like all of it.
Fire Emblem does look incredible. Very true, Primey. But all that, there's a reason why none of that is overlooking the negativity. Because they need to drop the price, plain and simple.
This stuff looks good. And so does what I'm playing right now. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Well, Retrofusion. That depends on who is in control at YouTube. Who is behind the computer that can manually put a strike or something or cancel your channel. That is according to them. Now, if you think that is just as bad, hey, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. If you think certain words are, you think certain words are slurs that are wrong, that is your choice. But we all know that YouTube does not like the R slur, and we definitely know they don't like the F slur.
I'm still playing this game, having a damn good time. And I just want to note, folks, that between you and me and between everyone out there, look, I enjoy Nintendo.
We all know you enjoy Nintendo. That is nothing new. No one goes and watches your videos and thinks anything else.
But they're not in a good place publicly. Financially, I think they're probably doing well.
Financially, they're all doing well. Even Xbox is doing well financially.
I think the sales of Switch 2 are actually, contrary to some narratives out there, doing extremely well. And I think
yes, because they pushed out enough stock. Oh, we got Jay Wesby. I haven't seen you in a while. I didn't mind the key cards as long Gameplay have them. I agree with you. I would rent a game key card if it was from Gameplay also.
I think you're about to see that when Nintendo announces their financials on,
Okay, so according to what Davis sent me, Angry Vigilante, because I just thought of it. I want to say thank you for all the information you gave me. I don't know what information I gave you. I will talk to you in 2 weeks. I'll be out of town. Oh, are you going to get ready for the lawsuit? Apparently, you say you were going to sue me for something. Still don't know what you're going to sue me over there.
First week or second week of November, whenever they do that financial briefing, I think you're going to see, nope, the true sales
are
actually still doing incredibly well. And maybe all the negativity is still
already?
just a vocal minority online. I don't know. What I do.
No, it's not a vocal minority. That's why they're getting all the views right now. Trust me, Primey, that is not a vocal minority. The toxic positivity, that's the vocal minority right now. You guys are.
It is pretty loud and it is everywhere and they are getting the views.
And it's because the so-called negativity or Switch hate or Nintendo hate that you're calling it, that is the majority now because people are fed up with it. Harmon Smith is always wrong. Both 99% of the time, Desire, I will agree with you. There has been one time, if I can remember, he actually was correct, and I was surprised.
If that's going to change, it's because Nintendo gave something undeniable that's great. And Nintendo's best thing to do that are the games themselves. So I guess here's looking forward to.
I promise you, the games are not going to overlook it. When they release the new Zelda, when they release that at $80, it ain't going to overlook the negative, or $80. It's not going to overlook the negativity. When they release the new 3D Mario at $80, Primey, that is not going to overlook the negativity. You got the age of you guys damage controlling for Nintendo is coming to an end. That's why you guys are not getting the views anymore. The Nintendo community has spoken.
To that eventual February Direct or the June Direct or whatever Direct they do that finally has that one big or maybe multiple big announcements that nobody can deny.
Gaming with Hope. He's suing you for not making any hairline jokes today. Oh yeah. Now, he doesn't like that I get to react to him. React to Primey and Player Essence. That's what he doesn't like. The thing is, he claims that he's Player Essence's brother. We all know that he's not his brother. Okay, I've seen how Player Essence has interacted with them on his live stream. I promise you guys, I watch enough of Player Essence's content. You guys don't need to go watch it. I promise you, I filter through all the crap, because up next we are going to react to him.
Until then, don't think much is going to shift in the conversation. Thank you guys so much for.
Nope, because even if they do those big games, Primey, even you know they're coming someday, that's not the problem. They need to drop the price.
Tuning in. We're going to continue to cover the news here as we always do. There's one headline floating out there I just want to talk about at the end. That's why we don't have the gameplay footage up now, because it's more of a news thing, but it's one I'm not going to talk about. There was a news breaking all day yesterday about Nintendo.
If you're not going to talk about it, then why are you bringing it up then? Angry Vigilante, I'm going out of town for business and my family. Well, Davis, I hope that you honestly have a great time with your family. Family time is important. Davis, and I truly mean this, I'm not making fun of you. I honestly do hope you have a great time with your family. Okay? Because family is important.
Nintendo lobbying the Japanese government to shoot down generative AI. This was believed to be a real story, not because it's like a rumor or some like an outlet. No, it was actually a politician. A politician in Japan put out some very
Duke Nukem is horrible. Are you talking about the video game? I actually didn't mind that game back in the day, but also I was a kid, so what did I know?
lengthy tweets on X, obviously with a check mark, like I do sometimes, and he put.
Yep, the war paint is on. Family time is fun. Exactly. Family time is like one of the most important things you can do.
All these really, really lengthy tweets and said outright that Nintendo was lobbying against generative AI, and this guy really, really hates generative AI. And Nintendo responded today with this. Yeah, turns out they're not lobbying against AI. No, they're not denying that they lobby the government for some things. In fact, they double and triple down on they'll do anything to protect their IP. But in regards to specifically lobbying against generative AI, Nintendo denied the story, and that politician.
I don't see how Nintendo would. I mean, if we're being honest, it wouldn't surprise me if Nintendo has used some AI. I got no proof of this. You know, we know Xbox is doing it. That's clearly.
Went ahead and deleted other tweets, so I have nothing to show you. Although the internet is forever, you can find screenshots of it, but it's all in Japanese anyway. So, point is that that's the news over the weekend. Is a non-story Nintendo had to deny because a politician's mad about generative AI. Don't blame the politician for being mad. Do blame them for inferring.
Good job, Matthew Buckley. I hope you guys had fun with it. I'm not a huge Battlefield. Well, the thing is, I can't even say I'm not a Battlefield fan. And Desire's probably going to explode after me saying this. I've actually never played a Battlefield game ever. I've never played a Battlefield game in my whole life.
Or at least implying that Nintendo was lobbying also against generative AI, when Nintendo outright denied that to be the case. They might be lobbying for something or certain IP protections, but they haven't lobbied specifically against generative AI.
Angry, you bring up good points on what Prime's saying that Prime should be doing because the people are tired of what Nintendo is doing. Exactly. Harmon Smith is just delusional, and we make fun of him, LOL, but Duke Nukem definitely deserves to be okay. He's not Duke Nukem, it's Nukem Nintendo. Like, Duke Nukem is actually a video game. I didn't know if you knew that, Mario. Angry Vigilante, so you do watching him. I don't exactly understand. Desire, play Battlefield 6. Well, Desire, we all know that you're rich here. You know, you can send us all a bunch of copies. You know, with the amount of money you make, we all know you make about $250 a year.
At least according to Nintendo. That said, I'll continue to cover the news and keep you guys as up to date as I can. Whether or not there'll be another video today will be massively dependent on if, one, I have another thing I really want to talk about, and two, news happens, because that's first and foremost what this channel does.
Okay, get on with it. Even though I will say, I actually do like his background with the whole jack-o'-lantern and the whole Halloween theme. I actually do like it, surprisingly. Good job, Primey. You're actually putting in some effort now. Good job.
Now, this is cover news, and we can only cover news when it happens. So instead, I thought we should cover this topic, because I thought this one would be an interesting one to talk about, because I think for all of the stuff out there, we have to be honest with ourselves that Nintendo has to deliver games that
Exactly, Desire. From how much you make with your job and on YouTube. We all know that you're a rich man. Come on, you ain't got to lie.
can't be denied. Thank you guys for tuning in. And okay.
Okay, so up next, we got good old
But no
players.
game never has no backlash. There's not a single game ever in the history of gaming that doesn't have
Very
that.
true.
Every single major game has some type of people online, because there's so many people online that just talk. There's a lot of also non-gamers that have nothing to do.
Okay, I'm going to slow him down because for some reason he is speaking way too goddamn fast. He speaks a lot faster than Nintendo Prime.
With anything, they don't even play video games, but
Including my wife, we make close to, there you go. I was just joking when I said Desire. I didn't know you guys were being serious. Yeah, man, with all that money, hey, you know, you want to send us all around to Steam Decks while you're at it too? But for kids, kids aren't that damn expensive, man. And what am I talking? I don't even have any kids.
want to talk about video games. I debated a guy that doesn't even play video games but wants to talk about video games. Remember,
he does play video games. He literally showed you. Now, he's talking about the debate that he recently had with a guy on Twitter. And I'll admit, Player Essence in the first half of the debate, he was winning. He was destroying the guy. But after that, Player Essence started losing it because he started getting into the whole talking about Steam and complaining.
this guy, hardcore Steam PC gamer.
Okay, I remember that debate. I don't remember him saying he's a hardcore Steam PC person. Pretty certain he just plays on Steam, and you're just associating with that, Player Essence. Now you're just coping.
This dude has, what, 70 games in a decade?
70 games is a lot of games. He could be one of those people that he plays Madden, Call of Duty, Battlefield every year, and those are most of his games. He may play a lot of live service or multiplayer games.
Hardcore PC guy barely buys anything, just sitting on.
So what, buying games means that that's the only way to mean you're a gamer? You actually have to go and buy games? No. Maybe he bought a bunch of them that were cheap. You know, he could have a very demanding job where he's busy. He doesn't get to sit here and do this job full time like you do. He doesn't get to play games for a living for all we know.
On his ass, or yelling on Twitter. You know, doesn't even play anything. 70 games.
He does play games. That's why he owns them. Even if he only owned one game, that's the only game he ever plays. Let's say he just buys the new Call of Duty and that's all he plays. He still plays games.
In a decade on Steam? You know, damn Steam Master Race.
I don't think he ever called it a Steam Master Race. I think that's what you keep calling people.
Steam Broke Race, more like it. Come on, 70 games?
Oh, are you a little jealous that we don't have to pay as much on Steam as you got to pay on your precious piece of plastic? Keep coping and cry harder.
In a decade? So that's what a lot of these people are just like that. They don't even play anything. They don't even buy anything, but they got something.
Well, playing and buying is two damn different things. Of course, he plays games, and he bought them. He owns 70 on Steam. Unless, does Steam ever give games away for free? I don't remember Steam ever giving me a game for free.
To say. They got something to say. You know?
Okay, it doesn't invalidate their points.
They got something to say.
Just like you do. You always have something to say. And then when I sit here and throw criticism at you, you block me. You're proving to everybody we all know what type of person you are.
So, you know, see, pretty much everybody that I saw talking about Prime 4 was people that have definitely never played Metroid before, yeah. I have over 70 physical games for the Switch alone. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't sit here and call yourself some type of hardcore PC.
I don't think he ever said he was a hardcore gamer. I think you're just associating with that. I was there for the debate.
Master Race and sitting there playing demos and indie games all day, and over the course of a decade you've only got 70 games. I've got more games on Steam.
Okay, and we all know you love to flex. You're always flexing your damn forehead around everybody, but now you want to flex your Steam account along with it?
And yeah, your worth as a gamer isn't based simply on how many games you buy, but
Exactly, Jay Wesby. I guess I'm not a gamer because exactly, me and you use GameFly. Now I do buy games, I just buy them when they're dirt cheap.
you can't be sitting here talking about
Unless I do rent a game on Gameplay and I absolutely love it. Like I rented Astrobot and I loved it so much that I decided not to return it and I kept it. So I did buy that one.
How hardcore of a gamer in PC Master Race and talk about like you're better and all this and like you have all this.
I don't think he said that he was better. You're just associating with that. You're putting words in the man's mouth.
Experience with games when you barely buy or play anything, you know?
Who says that he doesn't play? Those could be very, we didn't even get to see what type of games they were. Those could have been 100+ hour games for all you know.
So yeah.
Good job. Just keep moving the goalpost, Player Essence. That's what you love to do.
He's a WoW player. I don't think he's a WoW player. That's why I don't play WoW though, to be honest, because WoW takes
Exactly. I mean, if he's a WoW player, shit, that'll take up way too much damn time.
up all your time.
Well, Gaming with Hope, I could play that many games in a decade. I mean, I play that many games probably within half a decade, if I'm being honest.
I can't be sitting here wasting all my time playing WoW, you know? So there's also that.
So what are you going to say to a lot of people that have Game Pass? Are you going to be like, oh, you're not real gamers because you don't buy games? Is that what you're going to say? Come on, get on with it.
Career complainers, they hide behind their I'm allowed to criticize Nintendo excuse to hate 24/7 with immature children groveling at their feet, thanking them for...
No, nobody hides behind giving Nintendo. Angry Vigilante, yeah, Player Essence lost me on this. He loses everybody on everything. LOL, he couldn't play WoW, it's too technical. Oh, probably.
Standing up to... Oh, yeah. That's essentially what it is, Jackson. Like, and then you look at their libraries, you look at what they're playing. What are they playing on Xbox? What are they playing on PlayStation? Barely anything. They're...
Oh, how did I call it? I didn't even remember that he said that. I knew he was going to bring up something about Xbox. Oh, how do you know that just because they have Game Pass, you don't know what they're playing?
Just like career complainers, they don't even...
My guy, you are the biggest career complainer out of anybody.
Even like video games that much. They play everything on easy.
And? Just because people play thing on easy, what, does that diminish them as a gamer?
They just slide by, and like I said, they just got something to say online because...
So do you. You always have something to say. You know, you're the type of person where you can dish it out, but you can't take it. You're the type of person probably that where their homie's about to go fight people and he's threatening to get jumped. You're like, oh yeah, let's go beat him up. Let's go get him. I'll help you out. And then that guy shows up and you're nowhere to be found.
You know, exactly. Career complainers.
Smash Monkey. Hello, that's me. What do you mean? What, are you Player Essence now?
I'm not trying to say that everybody that does, but I'm just saying that there is a large...
Oh, now he's just moving the goalpost. I don't see that everybody does. Oh, yes, you are.
Segment of people that do that, man. There is a large segment of people that do exactly what Jackson just said right now. Because once again, you start talking to them, hey, show me what games you've got. Dude, I've done this before. I'm like, yo, show.
All this is the deflection tactic so he can try to make fun of people. I bet if the guy would have had 200 games, he'd be like, oh, that's it? I played that many in 5 years. That's what he would do. That's all he does is just move the goalpost.
Show me your Steam library. Bro, it's people playing.
Oh, exactly. I had to turn down the speed because of how much of a motor mouth he is. The war paint is on. I used to have Game Pass Ultimate. So, well, no, I never had Ultimate. I had the other one. But Microsoft screwed their golden goose. Yes, they did. Thank the Lord for GameStop $20 card. I know, right? Oh, I bet a bunch of people are going to go buy those like crazy and then try to scalp them. How much you want to bet people are going to try to scalp that shit? Easy mode, hard mode, middle. I play Shrumps on hard or shit. I don't know what that word. Other games on easy. So exactly. It don't matter if you're an easy or you're a hard player. It don't matter. You're still a gamer at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what I got. OJ is a consumer. Yes, that's what I got. That is Smash Monkey. That doesn't make no sense. Angry Vigilante, what does he mean? The only reason people want to do easy mode is because of learning the controls, and usually each mode has new things once you beat the mode. Exactly. All he's trying to do is to make fun of someone. That's it. You know, he's the type of person, you got to understand when it comes to Player Essence, and this is why a lot of people don't want to debate him, is he's not interested in doing like a fair and civilized debate. I don't think he even knows what civilized really means. But when he does a debate, he don't just want to win. He wants to break their necks. He'll bring up things that have nothing to do with the debate just to make you look stupid so he can literally break your neck. That's the type of person who he is.
All they're doing is buying old crusty games from like 2015. They're buying
And who cares if people are buying games from 10 years ago? If that's the games they want to play, it doesn't diminish them being a gamer.
Doom 2016. They're not.
Oh, you heard that one there, Desire. He's talking about Doom 2016.
Not looking at playing the latest games. They're not looking at playing awesome stuff. All they're looking to do is like take $15 and stretch it into like 7 games on Steam.
And are you jealous that they can get 7 amazing games for $15 when you can't even get one good game for $15 on the Switch? Well, that's not true. You can get Fast Fusion for $15, where you can only get one good game, and the only game that's worth the price for a Nintendo exclusive is Fast Fusion.
They're just weird. That's why I'm done arguing with these guys. I'm not talking to.
No, you're not. No, you're not. That's why I guarantee you, if a big time new YouTuber wanted to debate you, you would sit here and do it because you need to stay relevant. That's what you got a hard on boner for Steam right now.
No more PC gamers. I'm not talking to any more, like half these.
Yes, you will. Stop the cap. You will. If it means that you can gain relevance, you will sit here and do it.
These people that do that, I swear half. I can't prove this. Or cue the meme from Dexter, the black guy Dokes. Surprise, cue the meme. I can't prove it, but half of these guys are just Steam Deck gaming. Give me $30, let me get 75 games. Like,
and what's wrong with that? Now I've bought games on Steam. I don't think I've ever been able to get $75 or 75 games for $30. I think that might be stretching it. You know, Desire would know that one, but Desire, would that be stretching that a little bit too much? 70 games for $30? Well, my bid is out. Now let's see how it does. Exactly. I promise I'll watch it after the live stream. Who's it about though?
Like they have no concept of wanting to have consistent first party games, consistent quality first party titles.
They get quality games. They don't care about exclusivity. You should know this, that PC don't care about exclusivity. They don't believe in exclusivity for one. You don't need first party titles. Just because it's first party doesn't mean it's going to be quality. I don't know where you got that in your mind. Angry Vigilante. What does he understand because of the reason people in all ages play old games because of the problems of the video game industry that he doesn't? Exactly. Plus, older games tend to be cheaper. Unless it's Nintendo games.
Consistent employment with people, like, you know, because you have to employ the people because Nintendo pays $100,000 plus with employees. Like, people get paid.
Well, that's Nintendo's fault. Maybe Nintendo needs to learn to budget their money better. Maybe Nintendo should sit here, go over to Sandfall Interactive and learn how to actually budget correctly. Harmon, but to answer your question, it depends. If right now it is not happening during a Steam sale where I can get 2-year-old games for like $1, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But 70 games for $30? I mean, you would have to get the games for 50 cents a piece almost for that to happen.
80,000.
Less than 50 cents. Smash Monkey, it's weird. He's still talking about that. Like he doesn't have anything better to talk about. Oh, I know. He always loves to talk. He just talks about anything that tries to keep him relevant. Smash Monkey, OJ loves to constantly talk about it. He has this huge hard on when it comes for Steam because that's the only way he can try to stay relevant because he's losing popularity right now.
Starting out, I mean, if you have thousands of developers, obviously millions on payroll right now, I'm not a fan of everything that Nintendo does when it comes to their pricing strategies and all that.
But you overlook it. You only say this to save face. That's all you do. You also claim that the Galaxy bundle isn't worth the price, but you went out and sat here and pre-ordered it. You literally said that.
But they compare what Nintendo does to Steam. Like, Steam is just a freaking digital storefront. No physical games, no physical.
PC don't really care about the physical games as much. They are perfectly fine with digital games. So what happens when Nintendo goes to all digital? What like talking point are you going to use at that time?
Anything. They have Steam Deck, but they don't even care about that. They don't even say the sales numbers. That's probably not even some type of crazy profitable thing.
Okay, Nintendo hasn't given the sales numbers for DK Bonanza yet. They haven't given the sales data for their damn games yet. We all know they're probably not doing that well.
For them, they don't have a system they have to support consistently with a lot of employees and constant games. Valve doesn't even make any video games. They barely make anything.
Completely irrelevant. Steam is a storefront. That's like going into Walmart and because they sell games complaining, why don't you guys make your own games? Makes absolutely, your logic makes no sense.
And they only have like 400 to 500 employees, and they're trying to compare Steam budget gaming to consistent first-party releases with high-paid employees that make...
Maybe Nintendo needs to learn how to budget their money better. Look at how amazing of a game Sandfall Interactive did. And they did it on a much cheaper budget. They didn't balloon their budget. And I don't recall anybody complaining over... I haven't heard no complaints about Sandfall Interactive not paying their employees, ripping them up. I haven't heard no complaints. Has anybody heard any complaints about it?
You know, the best games, or make some of the best games out there. And like those people, you just don't argue with those people. I am done. Like, I am done.
No, you're not done. You're going to sit here and argue with them because it's the only way you can stay relevant.
They're crazy. A lot of these guys doxing, doing crazy stuff.
Okay, now when it comes to the whole doxing, I've said this before. No doxing. Okay, apparently some people have been doxing him. He thinks it's coming from my community. Guys, do not dox anybody. If you find out anybody that's like a regular that comes through and you find out that they're doxing people, let me know and I will ban them. I do not condone doxing. If I find out people are doxing, I got no problem banning them. But he thinks that it's someone that's possibly from my community. I have asked for proof of it. I have asked for the person who is trying to dox him. I have asked, can you send me their name? No one ever sends me anything. No, and I would be one of the first to know. Exactly, Desire.
Don't argue with these people, man, because that's all they do. Like I said, they don't come from a realm of reality. They come from a realm of, I got...
And you do? My guy, your logic makes absolutely no sense. Like 90% of the damn time. What reality do you come from?
75 games for $3 on Steam, you know? So
okay, now I know you're over exaggerating. They would literally have to give games out for free for that to happen.
That's why everything should be like that. And
Maximus 2400, who doxed you? Apparently Player Essence has been saying that his family is getting doxed, his mother's getting doxed. I take what Player Essence says with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that he's never been doxed or his family hasn't been doxed or anything. Like I said, I don't condone doxing, but he has said in his live streams that people have. But at the same time, he also has a habit of playing victim. Every time he gets criticism, it's always something that makes him a victim every time. But apparently with Primey, there was something that happened on Twitter also. Apparently, and Primey came in the live stream last week, said it was some of the people that was in the chat, and he was like, oh, now I know where the community has come from. And I messaged Primey and said, hey, if anybody has been crossing the line, doing stuff that is out of line, could you send me the messages so I can verify it? And if people have been crossing the line, because I do know that there have been people talking crap about Primey's like Beyonce and family on Twitter, I have said multiple times, you leave the families out of it. Do not bring them into it. And I will gladly ban people. If I find out people are sending death threats, doxing, going after families and children, I got no problem doxing people. Angry Vigilante. In 2 weeks, I'm about to start my own YouTube channel. Good job, man. And I hope it works out for you. I really do. Trust me, there's plenty of content to go around.
Those people don't know those people aren't logical, you know? So yeah.
I think a lot of them are more logical than you are.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's like a Steam humble bundle, indie bundle, fundle, charity bundle, sundle, like, and that's good. That's fine. I'm not opposed to people getting discounts, but
I think you are. Because I do remember when that Damina X Machina game came out, you were like, oh no, everybody needs to go buy this since it's on the physical. Day one, we need to support them, not wait for a sale. So no, you are.
If you want to get consistent new releases from people that can afford to turn on the lights in their house.
They do get new releases. What are you talking about?
You can't do what Steam does. What does Steam do? Steam is a digital storefront that doesn't make dedicated hardware. That's not a PC. Switch to...
And? No, they do. They make dedicated hardware. You ever heard of a damn Steam Deck?
The dedicated system on SoC, system on chip, which is completely different from using just AMD parts or using PC parts or making some type of thing like...
Whether you like it or not, the Steam Deck is a dedicated thing. Stop the cap.
That and running a whole storefront, like being able to run a PC like a laptop or something like that, or run Windows or run Steam OS, completely different. And they don't make games. They don't make consistent games.
Exactly, Desire Steam Deck.
What's the Valve lineup for this year? Do they have 7 or 8
What's the Steam Station? I have no idea what a Steam Station is. Is it like a Steam Deck?
games? No. Do they have new games all the time? No. Are they announcing
They do get new games. They're third-party games.
directs? No. Are they putting together directs? No. What are they doing? So people should
They don't need to. That's not what Steam is about.
are try to
See, unlike you, most of us care about games. We don't care about a piece of plastic. Steam OS means operate. Oh, got you.
ghetto rig Nintendo to be like Steam. It's just the craziest thing, man. Like, I don't want that. Now, once again, if you like Steam, I've said it a million times, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. That's fine. But we need
Oh, okay. It's a full console made by Alienware. You know, next month though, Desire, I am thinking about getting a Steam Deck. I really am.
different types of businesses. We need different types of ways to do things. Everything just can't be Steam. And here's the thing. These people want monopolies. They want
That's not a monopoly. Do you understand? Steam is just a storefront. And there are more than just Steam. There's more than a storefront on PC. You got Epic Games, you got GOG, you even have the Xbox thing. You can buy multiple, like you can go to multiple different sites. And even if there was only one storefront on PC, if there was only Steam, that still wouldn't make it a monopoly. Because Steam does not own those games. They are owned by other people. Steam does not control the price of the games. So they don't control the quality of the game. So how the hell is this a monopoly? You have no, you went to college, you supposedly got multiple degrees, and then you can't even tell the difference between what a monopoly is? Now, if Steam would buy up every single development studio, then that would be a monopoly.
Steam to have a monopoly so they can just get what they want. If Nintendo put their games on Steam, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even be happening because
yes, it would. What are you talking about? He doesn't know what exactly, Desire. He has no idea what a monopoly means. Nothing whatsoever.
They'd be like, oh, well, I get what I want, but they're just angry with hardware. Like, oh, well, I don't want to be able to play it on there, you know?
Yes, because they don't like the hardware. There's far better hardware than the Switch 2.
So that's the problem, though. The problem is they don't want competition. They don't want business. They don't want that.
Even if there was only one single storefront. Okay, then how about there be more than just the eShop then on Nintendo? I bet you would never sit here and blame Nintendo for creating a monopoly, would you?
What they want is to get everything where they want.
You know, technically, the Steam Deck is the only system that I know of that you have more than one storefront on. PlayStation, you only have one storefront. Switch 2, you only have one storefront. Xbox, you just got one storefront. But the Steam Deck, you got all the storefronts
on it, and they don't care about everybody else surrounding it. They just want Steam to run a monopoly on it.
That's not a monopoly. But Steam doesn't own, I'm pretty certain for it to be a monopoly, you actually have to own it or control it.
Everything, and there's nothing else to play but Steam. Steam's the only place you go to play, and those people cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. They cannot be relied upon, and they cannot be taken seriously, you know? So,
dude, most of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, you can't be taken seriously. You are literally losing the plot. You know, for a college degree, for a college boy, you still don't even know what monopoly is. You're using the words of you're using words that you don't even know the definition of.
I stopped arguing with these guys. I don't argue with them no more. You know,
it's because you look stupid. That's
shoutouts, man. I don't care about anybody who's watching me, stalker or anything. They can clip and.
Okay, just so everybody knows, us reacting to people, this is not stalking. But there have been people that have told me that I'm stalking, that love to go and sit here and say this isn't stalking. This is fair use. When you sit here and put yourself out to the public, you are not free of criticism. This is not stalking. And yes, you do, Player Essence. Well, no, actually, you might not, because you know you're staying relevant because of it.
They can talk about
Smash Monkey. Steam can't really be a monopoly when other companies have launchers. Exactly. And he's still forgetting that there's Epic Games, there's GOG, there's Xbox. I think there's another one I can't remember.
About me all they want to. I don't care. I see people try to tag me. This person said this. I just block them.
Of course you do. I swear, you're literally like a male version of Oprah. You get a ban, you get a ban, everyone gets a ban. That's how you are.
Had that happen to me now for a decade plus. I don't care. Clip all you want to, do whatever. What I'm saying is coming from how I feel the truth. In my opinion, this is how I see.
Well, okay, that's fine. If that's your truth, but your truth isn't based in any type of reality, facts, or logic, that's the thing.
See it. How I see it is a lot of these people, they want Steam to be a monopoly.
It's not a monopoly. Stop using words that you don't know the definition of.
Everything to be discounted to like $3. And they want Steam to be a monopoly.
And what's wrong with that? Exactly, Desire. You also have Ubi Plus, EA Plus. There's so many different storefronts on PC. Too many to name.
That's what they want. They're angry because it's not.
Matthew Buckley, Angry Vigilante, do get a Steam Deck you want. I will, but see, I'm hoping that the OLED, I really want the OLED version. I'm hoping that the OLED version goes on sale for Black Friday. That's what I'm hoping.
On there. That's what a lot of these people are doing. Now, if you're not that person, then that's fine. Then don't worry about it. But that's who I ran into. That's how they want it. They don't want competition. Just like they don't want.
Even if there was only one storefront, let's just say for argument's sake, across the eShop goes away, PlayStation goes away, like their store, not their system. But let's just say that there's only one storefront, that all there is Steam. There will still be competition because the developers will be competing with each other on that storefront. You do understand. It's not like Steam is like Walmart. Okay, Steam does not, well, at least I don't think that they do. They don't control the price of the games. Well, maybe, hear me out. Games shouldn't be more than 50 or 60. I agree with you, Desire. I want them all to go down to 60. I will love 50, but I'll be humble and realistic and say 60. The OLED is totally worth it. I will eventually get it. I promise you guys. Because like I do enjoy playing on my laptop, because my laptop, it's a pretty nice laptop. I paid $1,000 for it, and it is strong enough to where I can play a lot of games on my laptop. The problem is I'm so busy on my laptop that when I'm doing stuff on my laptop, when I got to upload stuff, when I got to like record stuff like I did for here, I recorded almost 3 hours worth of content. You know, I don't have time, then I have to play my PS5 or my Switch 2 so I can actually play games. Steam takes a percentage, but the devs set exactly. They take a percentage of it. So they don't even determine it. The devs will be competing with one another.
Epic Game Store to be around. Why do they need Epic Game Store when they can just do?
Amazon Prime does have some good free games. I have never played any of Amazon Prime's games. Are you talking about games they actually play, or are you talking about like games you could buy, like a Switch 2 game or a PlayStation game? What are you talking about there, Dragon Knight?
Your Steam is way better. Even if Epic Game Store was as good as Steam, they still probably don't want to go to Epic Game Store. They don't want to have a separate launcher. They don't want to go. They just want everything to be on where they want it, you know?
Yeah, that's not true. There were many people that were on Steam that were also using Game Pass at the same time, so you have no idea what you're talking about. Now, I am still new to the whole PC gaming. What is the beef between Steam and Epic? Why do so many people hate on Epic so much? I don't know why.
Which is like, whatever, that's fine. But I would like competition. I would like business. I would like there to be multiple places to where it drives up competition. I don't want Steam and Valve to own everything and to get everything. Like,
they won't own. What do they own? You yourself even said that they don't make any games. So what do they own? They don't own the games on there.
I would like there to be competition.
There would be. It's called the devs would be competing. Like there's still competition now. The only reason you do understand that when you go like to Nintendo eShop, it's Nintendo competing with the developers, right? Epic Store is very bare bones. Oh, okay. Got you, Desire.
I'd like there to be multiple places because then they can manipulate.
Epic tried to force exclusivity deals on developers. Oh, okay. Okay, I can understand.
Prices, they can do whatever they want. I would like there to be Xbox. I'd like there to be PlayStation. I'd like there to be Nintendo.
Even if there was only, let's say that he knows that if Nintendo ever put their games like on third party, he knows that the Nintendo console would fall. It wouldn't be able to compete because it's too under par. The hardware is too outdated. Angry Vigilante, what Player Essence doesn't understand too is that what Steam is doing is helping developers and help preserve the games from old and new games. Exactly. Since some of my GOG games from Amazon Prime games, okay, got you through Twitch. Epic Store is going back in time for Steam Store from the GMODs came out. Sorry to confuse you. It's all good. Don't worry. Some companies get year or so long exclusive deals all the time. Oh, I understand. Can you get the Steam to play on TV screen? I am 54 eyesight. That's not great for handheld. Yes, you can. You can get a dock for it. Like right now, John Marr, if you're like, the cheapest system to get is technically the Steam Deck. If we're talking about the newer ones, you can literally get the base model Steam Deck for $320. You can get a dock for $80, and you can go buy 2 third-party controllers for under $40, and you can buy an HDMI cord for like $6. So you can literally buy it for $446. You get access to like Steam, Epic Games. You get access to the best deals you're going to find on gaming for the price. And you also got emulation, you got mods you can do, and you can still use it as a PC on top of that.
I'd like there to be multiple places. I don't want there just to be one entity that rules all of gaming. That's stupid, you know? Let's see, man, I got 0 picks for these bum.
It won't rule all of gaming. What are you talking about? The storefront does not rule all of gaming. You're an idiot.
I'm just calling a spade a spade. That's what I'm saying. Like, Juice, I've just taken a step back because, like I said, a lot of these guys are crazy. They're doxing. They're doing crazy stuff, man.
Like I said, no doxing. We all understand that one, right? No doxing whatsoever. Leave the families alone.
And so I don't even talk on Twitter like that no more. I don't even really say nothing no more because.
Oh, yes, you do. Once you banned me, then you started going back on Twitter again. The only reason why you weren't talking on Twitter is because I kept calling your ass out, and then you banned me.
There's no point. There's no getting around these people. The clickbait and all that type of stuff is just crazy, you know?
You do clickbait all the damn time. Stop complaining. What does the clickbait have anything to do with you going on Twitter?
So, not gonna lie, Epic Game Store is trash platform, sure. But I guarantee you, even if it was better, are people gonna leave Steam to go there? Absolutely not. Like, they're absolutely not gonna leave there to go to Steam.
You can have both. You don't have to have one or the other. It is possible to have both, Player Essence. You do understand that. There are probably people that have PCs right now who probably sit here and have GOG, Steam, and Epic. They probably have all three. I literally have, even though I don't use the Xbox because I don't have the Game Pass anymore, I literally had Xbox and Steam on my laptop. I had 2 storefronts that I used. I also use PS5 and I use the eShop for the Switch too. I have multiple storefronts. What the hell are you talking about?
Steam. But just like, I mean, good old games. Good old games is great, right? But way more people shop on Steam than they do good old games. And
yeah, because you get better deals on Steam and there's more available from what I've heard when it comes to GOG.
That's a great storefront. So it's like one of those things to where people just want a monopoly. They just want, like, Steam people just want a monopoly on Steam. They'll act like they don't, but they actually do.
It's not a monopoly. You have no idea. With all those college degrees you got, you really need to get your money back. Because you still have yet to figure out the definitions of words.
You know, I remember how they used to talk. About Sony until their games came to Steam. Exactly. Once Sony's games came to Steam, all of a sudden they're nowhere near as.
Well, in defense of that, I mean, what games have they really been coming out with? Player Essence. I mean, come on, they come out with 1 game a year. There's not a whole lot to talk about PlayStation at the moment.
Hard on Sony anymore. They're now siding with them on lawsuits on copyright. Like the whole copyright.
Well, I mean, that one kind of clearly was a copyright, but they're not all siding with it. What are you talking about? I'm pretty certain Oh No, It's Alex did not side with Sony on the copyright lawsuit. What are you talking about?
Right, infringement lawsuit with with Tencent. Oh, well, they're okay with that. Horizon's on Steam.
Well, if we're going to sit here and look at it, when you sit here and look at that Tencent for that Horizon game, and then you look at the actual Horizon game, you're going to think they're the same game. When people look at Power World and then look at Pokemon just based on the cover, they're not going to think that's the same game.
No big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they're okay with that one. Even though, isn't that stifling creativity? Isn't that a problem? They're always against that until it's that. So,
no, you just love using false comparisons.
So, yeah. I can understand some people going for PC instead of Xbox, but I'm not wasting my time trying to find or even build a PC. I mean, you can get pre-built, which are pretty easy, but yeah. Can't reason with the unreasonable. Most people already made up their minds based off emotions and no amount of evidence and contrary to convince them otherwise. Waste time trying to debate. Exactly. It really is. That's what I realized, Jackson. So I'm done,
No, you're not done. I guarantee you, because you've been wanting to debate certain people, if one of those persons came up and said, okay, fine, let's debate, you would get all tickled pink because it'll help you stay relevant. You're trying to do whatever you can right now to gain the relevance you once had. Stop the cap.
I'm done with that, so there's no point in wasting your time with them. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is so irrational. Like, it's like, to me, it's like, we're here to play games. Like, I think NZT says it best. Fanboys of every company can be cringe.
Then just play games. Stop putting so much emotions into it and stop getting triggered over everything.
It's weird, but who cares? Play what you play on. Just play what you like and enjoy it. It's all it's gaming about. But the funny thing is that that's what 95 to 99% of people think. But once again, if you're online and you just like,
obviously not. That's why you guys haven't been getting the damn views anymore. That's why a lot of you guys are complaining the so-called negativity is getting all the views. You can build a PC on PC Part Picker. It's so hard that you could pay extra for it to come assembled. How hard is that exactly? Oh, Matthew Buckley sent a gifted member. Man, you have sent so many gifted members today, Matthew Buckley. Everyone say thank you to Matthew Buckley for that. Mario123, you become a member. Thank you so much.
I see some, like I said, crazy. You can't even post about what you like, because even if you post about what you like, guess who's coming in? Guess who? If you check the comments, guess who's going to be there? You can't even post about what you like, because then, oh, trust me.
Because you don't just post what you like. Every time so what? You like gloating that a third-party game is pretending to do good? Oh, someone found the emotes. Dragonborn. Yep.
People are going to have something to say.
Or Dragon Knight.
So notice how I don't really post about what I even like anymore on Twitter. I don't post about anything. I'll come here and talk about it. I'll do my videos, but I'm not going to do it for free and not, and like.
Oh, that's what it is. Because you don't get paid on X. So that's what your complaint probably is.
Have people just berate you or berate me for simply liking something, so. But yeah, man,
well, that's probably why. Maybe, that's probably why you're not getting so many damn views here, Player Essence. Maybe if you stop banning everybody, because everybody, I will admit, when you sit here and get in with it on the people you so-called trolls, it is very entertaining to watch, see you flip out. It really is. Maybe you would actually get more views if you did.
I was trying, I have multi-platform. I'm not just Nintendo gamer. I have Xbox. I have PlayStation.
Yes, but you don't ever hype up those. The only reason this is what my opinion is of Player Essence. Okay. I think when he was first starting off, he was doing content on PlayStation, on PC, Nintendo, Xbox, because he was doing whatever he could to get views. And he noticed he was getting way more views with Nintendo, so he was able to jump on the Nintendo bandwagon. And that's why, and then whenever it's convenient, he'll bring up, oh, I am a multi-platform person.
I have Nintendo, I have a PC, I have everything because I want to try things out. I don't just buy things just to buy things. If I know that I don't like something, that's stupid. That's what weirdos do.
Oh, really? Oh, yep. I got 4 emotes up right now. Hope you guys enjoy them.
I'm not a weirdo, and I'm not better than anybody when it comes to it, but I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm college educated. I've got my degrees. I'm not dumb.
Oh, good. You're college educated. You got your degrees, but you don't even know what Monopoly is.
I don't just sit there and say, oh, I'm going to buy this just because, even though I know I'm not going to like something. I don't do that. I want to give something a chance. I want to try it to see if I'll like it, because I'd have Steam for a very long time. I've had PC for a long time. I've tried to get into PC for...
Probably the only reason why you don't like PC or Steam is probably because you couldn't make any money off of it. If we're being honest, let's keep it a buck.
Decades I tried to get into PC. I've bought 3 different gaming PCs at this point. I've got Steam. I've got a bunch of games. I've streamed Steam games before.
Who buys 3 different gaming PCs but doesn't like PC? Does that make any sense to anybody?
I've tried to get into it. I've made a legitimate, honest effort to try to get into it. So when I see people say, "Oh, you're Nintendo, you didn't even try," it's like, who are you? I'm me. I know.
Oh, John Mars sent Angry Vigilante a gifted member. Thank you, man. Alyssa D. Lawless just became a member. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, me, bro. What do you mean? I've spent literally thousands of dollars on PC games, gaming PCs, hardware. What do you mean? I didn't spend all that just and know that I won't like. I don't do all that. That's weird.
Well, for one, who buys 3 different gaming PCs? That's what I'm wondering. Can anybody explain that to me? How do you buy? I can understand you buying 1 gaming PC to see if you like it, but you continually buy 2 more after that, and you're like, oh, it's just not for me. Who goes through that?
I don't spend money on things that I don't like, that I know that I'm not going to try to give a legitimate shot to, you know? That's stupid. Shout out, so thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate the $3 dono, man. All right, let's see here. Joe and Mag. Let's see here. That's crazy. Want to summon a PS, Xbox, PC fan would just post something positive.
And yes, I do cut out, because there's a lot of dead air between the takes he does, or he'll talk about stuff that's not really relevant. So yes, I do cut it out.
Positive about Switch. It's like Beetlejuice. Oh yeah, you can't even post anything. Juice Man Vaughn gets cooked by this all the time, dude. Juice Man Vaughn will post something positive, and he'll just. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say cook. No.
Well, you would sit here and say, oh, showing that the third-party games are doing so well, even though you're disingenuous as fuck about it, you'd be like, oh, that's me just posting positivity. Come on, stop the cap.
He actually cooks Juice, but yeah, I'll see that post. Juice will post it, and somebody will be like, "You Nintendo fanboy." But I mean, to be honest though, Jackson, like, it's the same thing too with PlayStation and stuff. Like, it's the same thing with like a lot of things. Like, if you post something about Xbox or PlayStation, like, the only thing that you can post something about and people you want.
Well, right now, there's really nothing positive to post about PlayStation and Xbox. So that's curious to me. I'll give Nintendo one thing. At least they're coming out with games compared to PlayStation. So at least there's something to look forward to. But with PlayStation, you know, I know that PlayStation gamer, I know you love PlayStation, man. But if we're being honest here, they only came out with Yote here. So what other games is there to really look forward to with PlayStation? Dwan Davis, Angry Vigilante. I got 3 SPCs. Congratulations, man. Do you like all 3 of them?
Won't get anything negative is PC. If you post PC, you can sit there and glaze Gabe and all.
What are you talking about? People have sat here, and there was this huge thing about the whole Steam siding with people to not use certain credit cards because of certain games. What the hell are you? You do not want. Maybe you need to actually look outside your echo chamber for once.
All day and glaze PC like it's the greatest thing ever, like it's a slice of heaven on earth, and people will sit there and praise you and say it's the great, even if there's things that are not great. Don't say anything negative about Steam Deck online. You know what I'm saying? You'll get branded as like the worst thing ever, right? You can't. But if you say something negative about,
well, the only reason why you did that video, there was no reason for you to do a video why I sell my Steam Deck. No one, you know, no one in your echo chamber really cared about it. You did it because you were trying to go viral. You knew it was going to make the PC community mad, or you were trying to purposely do it. You claim that you are a Nintendo News RPG news channel. What does you selling your Steam Deck have anything to do with the news?
Nintendo, it's okay. You can do that. You can criticize that, you know. But if somebody rushes in to defend Steam Deck, they're not fanboys. They're not fanboys. They're the right just cause. I'm telling you, a lot of these people once again have like manifest destiny or something. They're entitled and they deserve this or that. It's like it's their deserving, rightful, in the right, like moral.
Well, a lot of them believe that exclusivity should die, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Like the Crusades or something like that. Man, it's funny to me. So. That's true. I just experienced it more on Switch 2 Gamer. Actually, oh yeah, Switch 2 is the hot thing to talk about right now. So you're seeing it a lot right now, right, Jack?
Well, it's because well, that's not exactly true. We're seeing a lot of stuff about Xbox. Literally, OmniArc TV, his video went viral, went over 200,000 views, him talking about Xbox, and he also talks about Nintendo. So no, it is not just hot to talk about Nintendo. It is very hot to talk about Nintendo and Xbox, because in the gaming world, that's everything that's going on right now. Are you kidding me?
Jackson, so like you're seeing it a ton. If you post anything positive, you're seeing that. So
I know, Dark Rose, exactly. He did a video on why I sold my Steam Deck. You know, maybe if he would manage his money better, he wouldn't have to sell a Steam Deck to afford a Switch 2.
So yeah. Twitter X is the points where you have to just run to your social media accounts like Camilla, have the block button ready. Yeah, I've just been doing a lot of blocking, you know. Like if somebody just says,
oh, Mario, it's coming up. I don't know. To be honest, though, I don't know if we're gonna make it. We are literally only 40 minutes in to this video, and we got to end it by 9 o'clock. So we got 2 hours left of this live stream, and I don't think I'm gonna get through. Well, yeah, there's no way to get through it because we got less than 2 hours, and we got over 2 hours more of this video.
Thing crazy to me.
Not a player essence. I mean, of the whole compilation of videos I put together.
I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to argue back. I can just block you, or I can just mute you and like never talk to you again. Like, you know, so I can just do that.
Exactly. You're literally showing everybody that you can't take any criticism. That's not shocking to anybody.
So.
Okay, next up, We got Desire's new favorite person,
All right, guys,
Harmon's
let's talk
Mini-Me.
about it.
And
Why
we are going
is it that
to
Nintendo is
definitely
so
put
expensive?
1.5.
Why do they launch their games at such a high price all the time, even if it's a game that's 15 years old, like Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2? And why
Because they're greedy as fuck. That's why.
is it that they never have permanent price drops on their video games? So many video games right now from the Nintendo Switch still cost like $60. I just bought Kirby Star Allies and Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Both games.
Yep, which games are not worth it. Thin skin, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, he is very thin skin. Are you kidding me? Angry Vigilante. Even Alex watched his video and said there was a problem on what Player Essence Steam Deck video. Oh, yeah. Trust me. I know. I saw the video.
I would recommend. Both games are pretty fun, especially Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
You have no idea what fun is. Your idea, like your recommendations mean absolutely nothing.
If you guys have never played that, do yourself a favor and drop $60 on that game and play it, because it is totally worth it.
No.
Now, back to the topic at hand though. Why are the games always so expensive? People think it's because Nintendo's trying to be the Apple of gaming.
Well, I mean, they have to be quality to be considered the Apple of gaming, but no, what they're doing is they're just greed. It's pure greed is all it is.
You know, they want to be seen as being like, premium gaming. They're the best. They have the highest quality games, and therefore they're.
I mean, that is not true. They do not have the high. Some of their games are very high quality, but not all of them.
Gonna make their games expensive. That's what people think, right? And to be fair, Nintendo does have the best games. Their games.
That's a lie. I'll give the Zelda games are very good quality. The Xenoblade games are very good quality, but I would not say all their damn games are good quality. That $70 bundle, that is not good quality.
Are way better than whatever garbage is coming from PlayStation, whatever is coming from Xbox, or any other third-party developer out there.
Astro Bot is better than the majority of your catalog, for crying out loud. Are you kidding me?
That is a
Astro Bot is the king of 3D platformers.
fact. They do make the best video games. They are the highest quality video games. Now, I don't think that is the only reason their games are expensive. I think there's way more to it than that.
Well, let's get into it, shall we? Can we get on with it already? We ain't got all goddamn day.
Now, it is worth mentioning that, Xbox and PlayStation don't really price their games that cheap either. I guess the only difference being is that they eventually do a permanent price drop on their video games.
That is partly true. Xbox tried to come out with $80 games. We pushed back and we won. Sony has yet to try to do $80 games. Nintendo is the only one that is trying to sit here and normalize $80 games. So it is completely disingenuous, Newcomb, to say that, oh, well, they also have expensive games too. Completely disingenuous. But yes, Xbox and PlayStation do price cuts eventually.
They will usually drop the price of their games within a year or two, whereas Nintendo, well, their game could be 5 to 8 years old and it will still freaking be the full price. Okay?
Exactly.
So, yeah, that is a difference right there. And obviously, Nintendo's games do sell way better than the competition, so they do kind of.
Yeah, that's not true. How much did Princess Peach Showtime sell? How much did Mario and Luigi Brothership show sell? And they're still full price. Yeah, no, not all their games sell, my guy. Stop the cap.
Have a right to, keep the prices up there. And there have been situations where Nintendo lowered.
And we have the right to complain.
The price of a game if it wasn't selling well, like Mario RPG, for example. And if a certain franchise is.
By the way, I am playing Mario RPG right now. Surprisingly, it is an amazing game. Oh, we got J Biggs. Hey, what's up, Angry Vigilante? What's up, man? We are watching one of your brethren right now, Harmon Smith's Mini-Me, Newcomb Nintendo.
Isn't known for selling that well. They will release a new game or a remastered of that game, usually for maybe, $50 or $40. That's what they did with Metroid Prime Remastered. If you guys don't remember, Metroid Prime Remastered is only $40. All right? And some people were confused by that. Some people actually kind of complained by that. Like, why are you only making that game $40?
Yeah, I don't remember people really complaining about the price, but the thing is that they did price that one accordingly. But according to Nintendo, they were not happy with the sales, and that was Nintendo's fault. And that had nothing to do with the price why it didn't sell that well. It didn't do well because Nintendo didn't market the damn thing good.
$40 and other games is like 60 or 70. Well, because the original didn't sell that well. Therefore, they don't think that a lot of people are going to buy the remastered version, so they sell it for a lower price. Okay? That's typically
that makes absolutely no
common
sense.
Business sense 101. But regardless, it is true that Nintendo tends to be.
Oh, wait, so then you acknowledge it. They sit here and keep prices lower, not because what the game's worth, because they don't think they can get enough for it. So that means they put games at $80, $70 because they think they can get that for it. Glad that you can admit that they're ripping us off. Thank you so much.
More expensive than the competition. And like I said, I don't think it's just because their games are the best and, you know, their games are the best, but I don't think that's the only reason. I don't think that the fact that they have the high...
Now, their games are not the best. They have some of their games are up there as the best. I will agree with that one. I will die on this hill. Xenoblade is phenomenal.
Highest standard of quality makes it to where they feel...
Oh yeah, Mario Kart World, so much quality right there, my guy. Nintendo hasn't used that quality seal of approval in decades. That left the building a long damn time ago.
The need to just charge full price for a lot of these games, even if they're 15-year-old games. Now, to me, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are not that expensive. I mean, people complaining about that, okay, well...
The hell they fucking aren't. They're extremely expensive. You need to stop the cap right now.
You know, that's, let's see, $70, so that's like $35 per game. And if you only want one of the games, it's $40. And unfortunately, people have an issue with
the Metroid Prime treatment. People wouldn't be complaining about the price. The problem is they pretty much ported it over without any real improvements to it. And the upgrades they gave it were usually bare minimum improvements. We need a Neo coping emote. Yes, we do, Mario. I am not an artist whatsoever, so I don't know how to really create that stuff. And I can't afford anybody to create it for me. But there were plenty of people that complained about Gears of War Reloaded not being worth it because it really wasn't any different than the previous game they released for the remaster.
That's how hypocritical people are. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, very high in demand. Lots of people want them, so of course Nintendo's...
Oh yeah, is that why the sales aren't doing so good right now? I know you made this video long before. Like, this is a pretty old video, but there's only a few videos I can react to because these are more of the tamer ones. But have you not seen the sales figures lately? They are not looking good for Galaxy 1 and 2, one of the biggest flop for Mario.
It's going to charge a pretty good price for it, but
not at all.
There's
facts say otherwise.
Why Nintendo prices their games pretty high. Now look, I'm not an insider when it comes to Nintendo. I don't have any friends that work there or anything of that nature.
Oh, but we know you want to. Trust me, if you ever gain any relevance on YouTube, oh boy, they're going to love you down at Nintendo. You're going to be known in the boardroom as the guy that goes deep.
But I do try to think the way they think. I basically try to understand what it is they could be thinking when they do the things that they do. And I'm basically...
Well, I think Matthew Buckley, I think they said that the game is supposed to be at 70. I think people are saying that it was confirmed.
I'm going to explain why it is Nintendo does this, why it is that they want all of their exclusive games coming out to be priced so high. Now, one of the few people who made a video crying about their prices
he's gonna
is
hate on
beat-em-ups. And this guy, let me just tell you, he's a complete phony and a fake ass at times. He might make some good videos here and there.
I actually do agree with that. Surprisingly, I'm going to agree with Nukem Nintendo on something.
But he's just another one of these guys that wants to get as many views, subscribers as much as possible. So much so that he actually made a fake...
I guarantee you, so do you right now.
Fake video where he basically made a fake... This wasn't even a prediction video, it was a confirmation video. And this was before the Nintendo part...
Oh, he's talking about the whole thing about the fake direct leak. You know what? I have said this before, it screwed up what he did, but I loved how he exposed all those Nintendo fanboys.
A showcase that aired not too long ago. That was an absolute disappointment. This freaking idiot made this video just lying about what was going to be announced, and he just announced all these big...
Because he was trying to have people overlook all the negativity. I think he was so fed up with the negativity about Nintendo that he had to make up something to get people hyped up, and he doesn't realize how bad he damaged the community because of it.
Get the whole internet talking about it. But then he made another video, an excuse video, just in case what he was saying was going to be complete BS and wasn't going to come to fruition. And that's exactly what happened. He waited.
Oh, exactly. He had multiple times to sit here and come clean. Multiple things. All right, everybody, give me one quick second. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. So if you guys can just hold on. I'm going to leave it on this screen or it's going to ruin the thing. And I don't want to have to restart this over again, but I will play the theme song for you guys.
start the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Homelessness lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe.
Alrighty, everybody. Sorry about that. I heard something go off, but it's not popping up. Oh, it must have been a new subscriber. Probably got a new subscriber.
Until the direct aired, it turned out to be a huge disappointment. And then he went ahead and uploaded his video saying he lied about all the other things he said, and that it was just a social experiment and whatever. And he was trying to do all this bullshit like, oh, here's the.
Does anybody actually believe that that was really a social experiment? I mean, if anybody actually believes that, hey, if any Nintendo fanboy out there, you believe that was really a social experiment, I got a beachfront property to sell you in Antarctica, and I will give you an amazing deal, I promise. Trust me, you will love it. Freaking idiot. Yeah, I swear, I don't know who would actually believe that one.
Science behind it. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. You made that bullshit video to get as much attention as possible, and you were also hoping that most of what you said would have been true. But it didn't happen, and so you had your little backup.
Oh, exactly. That is why, because he even outs himself. It was either in his own video he outed himself, or it was when he did the video with Prime where he outed himself. He was even like, oh, when I found out I was hoping it was all going to come true. That's why he waited so damn long. He was so full of shit.
You had your little excuse where you can say, it was all a lie. I did this as a social experiment. You know, this guy, he's like Australian or something, but anyways, this dude's full of shit. He just wants to get as many views as possible. In this video, 22-minute video of him asking why is everything Nintendo so expensive.
Oh, yes, he did, Matthew.
He doesn't really say.
And me and Primey got into it about Woods on Friday night because I called his ass out on Twitter for it. And Primey goes on this long tirade saying, oh, Woods feels extremely bad. You don't understand the amount of crap that he gets because of it. I'm not going to feel bad for Woods. Now, if he's getting death threats, no, we don't do death threats at all. But if he's just getting criticism, the normal criticism that you would get, that is all his fault. I ain't going to feel bad for him. But Primey was like, oh, yes, I didn't publicly go and let him know and voice my frustration about how I felt, but I did it in private because I have so much respect for Woods to do that, where I contacted him. Prime, if you're watching this, goody for you. I'm glad that you had respect for Woods. Why didn't you have respect for the community? Why didn't you look out for the Nintendo community for one? Dude, he messed up, lied. Wait, what? I don't get it. Hi, Warfare. How's it going?
much. All he does is just bitch and moan, and doesn't really cry too much, but you know, he's just complaining, and all he's trying to do is,
I mean, that's exactly what you do, my guy. The irony that you complain about somebody bitching and moaning. Oh, it's good old Blast. How's it going? Well. Yep, we got Desire's favorite mini-me now.
So he didn't really say a whole lot. He just addressed what is going on, how Nintendo is too expensive, and he's upset, whatever. Complete nothing burger.
Nintendo is too expensive.
Then RGT85 decides to make his own video where it's basically the other guy's video or thumbnail, I should say.
I will have to sit here and say this. RGT, you do not look good with long hair like that. That Woods can rock. You better not ever grow that damn hair out.
And he just places his ugly mug over his, and he even puts the same title. So why is everything Nintendo so expensive? And in this video, he tries to explain the reasons why, and he calls it a three-headed a Hydra or something like that. And one of the reasons he said at the very end, he's like, oh, this is gonna offend you guys are gonna get mad, but the reason why they make their game so expensive is because they know they can get away with it. And I was like,
that's the exact reason why. You even pretty much acknowledge it already.
No shit. Now, who do you think is going to be offended by that? Because let me tell you, it's not going to be Nintendo.
And I cannot stand these prices. You have no idea what you're talking about.
It is people who are playing on multiple consoles. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, that's basically what he says. So he basically just says the obvious or whatever when it comes to why Nintendo makes everything so expensive. And finally, this brings us to John from Spawnwave.
Oh man, you have a hard on for the whole trio, man. You're going after Spawnwave, you're going after beat 'em ups, and you're going after RGT. I love every minute of it. Apparently calling out greedflation is a bad thing. Oh, I know. Dude, RGT had a heart attack, drove himself to the hospital. Did he? When did this happen? And I don't think it's a good idea to drive yourself to the hospital. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I don't know if that's such a good idea. But you know what? He's still alive. At least I think he is.
Now, his video has a very interesting title here. It says, is Nintendo pricing people out? Is Nintendo pricing people out?
Yes,
and you know what? I do think
Nintendo is pricing people out.
The question is,
oh my God, just wait until you hear what he has to say. I am not kidding you. What he says, like, oh, that when it comes to pricing people out is the most funniest thing you're ever going to hear. Just wait, Blast.
Who are they trying to price out, right? And are they really pricing them out?
Oh, yes, they are.
Or is there something else that they're trying to do? Is there more to what they are trying to do when it comes to these prices? And I'm going to get into that in a minute, but one thing, he mentioned in this video regarding Nintendo's prices and whether they're pricing people out is the fact that the game Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, they're already selling like crazy. Their pre-orders are already just, selling like crazy right now. I think they're like
oh yeah, how well do those pre-orders come out, my guy? I know you made this video long ago, but we haven't heard you say nothing about it. Literally, this bundle is one of the biggest flops when it comes to Mario. That's how bad it is.
I can't remember. I think they're in the top 5 on Amazon right now when it comes to pre-orders. So,
yeah,
even though,
I love how you guys kept looking at those Amazon shit. See how well that worked out for you.
Have zero issues with the pricing. And I'm going to explain why that is.
Oh, that is bullshit. There are plenty of Nintendo people that have a problem with the pricing. Maybe you don't, because you don't mind giving a greedy corporation your money like that because you want to get blown out by Daddy Nintendo.
And I'm going to explain why I think Nintendo is trying to price out certain people. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, the only people who are crying and complaining about the prices of video games these days are multi-console owners, people who own a PlayStation 5.
That is not true. There are plenty of people. Oh, Matthew sent another gifted member. Man, you are being very generous. Who did you send it to this time? Let's take a look here. Who'd you send it to? Oh, you sent it to Renee. Everyone say thank you to Matthew Buckley.
Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox, and even a gaming PC. I mean, how many people right now just seem to have, 5 or 6 damn consoles in their game room? And look, that's totally fine if you want to have that many consoles, but...
Did you say 5 or 6 damn consoles? There's not even 5 or 6 big consoles out right now. Are you kidding me? You can only do 4. What are you talking about? Where'd you get 5 or 6?
When you start complaining that everything is so expensive, well, that's kind of your problem. Nobody forced you to buy that many damn consoles, so you could play every single game that there is.
Agreed, but you do understand that with Nintendo trying to raise the prices, it will cause other people to try to raise the prices also. Look at Xbox. But we sat here and pushed back.
Out there. Since you want to make video games a necessity when it's really just a luxury, it's kind of your problem that, you know, the prices are pretty high for these video games.
Well, it kind of is because you guys keep buying them, so it is your fault.
Now, that being said, I do think that that Nintendo does want to price certain people out. But I don't really think it's so much that they're pricing people out, but rather they're just making it harder for them to spend their money on other video games, on other platforms.
So do you think with that knowledge, so you're saying, oh, well, Nintendo's pricing them out so they can spend money on Nintendo. So people that have a PS5, people that have a PC, let's say they do own all the different platforms. You think that they're all of a sudden just going to buy games on the Switch? Are you kidding me? Is that really your logic? You are a special kind of something.
Because I believe that Nintendo wants you dumbasses to only buy their system and no one else's. Nintendo wants you to buy
out for them.
The Switch, Switch 2, and Nintendo Switch games. That's what they want you to do. Okay? And here's the thing. Nintendo, they're not going to make their video games cheaper just so you asswipes can then use all that extra money to go buy a fucking game on your PlayStation 5.
You know that they're making it harder for people to go buy more games on the Nintendo. You do understand that, right? It's literally pricing people out. I don't think you understand that, you know, people can't go buy games on PS5, which means also they can't buy games on Nintendo also.
That's what I think this is all about. I think Nintendo sees how there's so many of these multi-console gamers.
Well, I'm telling you what, you could think that all you want, but guess what? You don't get paid to think. It is a good thing that you will never get hired for anything that has to do with finances.
Who seem to only buy exclusives. For Nintendo, they only buy Nintendo for the exclusives, and then they'll buy third-party games on every other platform. I've been seeing a lot lately. Okay,
that's exactly what it is, because you have a better experience on the other platforms with the third-party games.
Okay. A lot of idiots will do that. They'll be like, I mean, so many people have been begging Nintendo for years to make their system powerful enough to handle these big AAA.
Oh yeah, so that's pretty much it for this guy, because he literally goes on for like another 30 minutes. Just going over the same crap over and over again. So who do you guys want next? Do you guys want Harmon Smith or Player Essence again? What do you guys want? Player Essence or Harmon? Well, yeah, we're going to do Player Essence because Player Essence is literally only a few minutes long.
I'm not going to be buying any more Xbox games, which
I really
haven't. I have not bought a single dollar on any PlayStation games.
No one cares.
Yeah.
That one,
some third-party games I might get,
buy.
but for the most part, 99% of my games are going to be Nintendo games, and I'm going to have no issue.
Where is it? This guy's a clown.
So anyways,
even though with the Switch 2 ain't gonna be buying nearly as many games as much anymore due to prices.
I can't wait to hear from other people about this.
Who is this clown again?
I would like
this is Newcomb Nintendo Warfare. He is known as the Mini-Me. So, oh yeah, we got Player Essence. He did a bunch of live streams this week, and I got this one. I think it's only a couple minutes long. So we're going to do this one, and then we're going to get into Harmon Smith.
All generations, nothing will stop that tool from digging up some sort of negative spin on things. And there's about 1 million viewers who live, breathe, and eat, sleep hating Nintendo. That's true. Which is, once again, Jackson, I mean, if you look at the world that we live in,
well, blast. Well, no shit. Why would I buy a game on Switch 2 that runs a 720p 30 FPS when I can play it on PC much better? Exactly, Blast. Hey, Blast, since you're a rich man here, you want to send us all a round of Steam Decks here?
That's kind of how we live. That's what gets all the views right now, right, Jackson? That's what gets a lot of the views in this space is that. So I'm trying to figure out ways that, you know, we can get around that. We can talk about the stuff that's important to talk about that, but then we can.
You want to know how you can get the views? It's called grow a fucking spine. That's how you can get the views. The reason why your views have gone down is because the community has spoken. They're fed up with you.
And also discuss the stuff that's like, you know, if you talk positive, it gets you so much hate. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like it, even if you bring examples and you.
That's not true. AustinJohnPlays. That was the first video I reacted to was AustinJohnPlays Player Essence. And he was talking positive. He was literally damage controlling for Nintendo. He is one of the biggest shield bootlickers out there. And he got over 250,000 views on that video. So again, you have no idea what you're talking about. Blast. I ain't rich. Just terrible with money. Oh, I get it, man. I know. I'm just joking.
bring proof. Like, Sunbro Nation did a video talking about how the Switch 2 is actually, he feels that it's pretty good. And like, that's like his worst ever video likes wise. He got like 80% like.
Probably because a bunch of people already did that video. Nobody really wants to see another Nintendo fanboy damage controlling for Nintendo. There's enough of you guys. That's why your views are going down. And also, timing is everything. There are some videos that I'll do that'll pop off, and then there are other ones that I do that don't pop off. Okay, and I don't understand why sometimes.
Like the dislike ratio, he got trash in the comment section, you know, and obviously most of his viewers are Nintendo fans. So it's like, I'm not saying that all Nintendo fans feel that way. Obviously they don't, but there is a large number of people that just go around scouting and looking for people that are just acting insane, like crazy, you know, and like it's worse than it was with the Switch 1 era. Worse.
Well, that's because there's so much negativity right now over Nintendo. That's the reason why. That's just something you need to accept.
Jose, what do you think about the algorithm? Would you do something titled in their videos negatively, but the content was the opposite? I mean, the content was the negative title, but opposite in there. I mean, that'd be a good test case study. Maybe I can do a little bit of that in my my A/B testing. But then people would get upset at that. People got upset with me saying that there was, you know, big news or whatever that I said, you know,
because there wasn't. And you do clickbait. See, you were giving me shit saying that I'm a clickbaiter being disingenuous, and you do the same damn thing. Guess what, Player Essence? You're not going to be able, this is some free advice. I'm not going to charge you for this, but you can't make everybody happy. There are people that come in my comment section that'll be like, oh, can you stop playing the music? I don't listen because my views are doing good. My views started going up when I started using the music. Guess what? There are some people that don't like it. I can't conform to everybody what everybody wants. You can't make everybody happy.
Whatever for today's video that has like a mad amount of dislikes, people say clickbaiting. So people, I mean, titles are always weird, you know, when it comes to how you title things and how people perceive it. So I'm still learning myself with titles. There's like never any like definitive, like, oh yeah, this works, you know, like this works 100% of the time. It's always like, sometimes it pops off, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes people.
Exactly. There are times where my videos will pop off and I have no idea why. I remember one of my first ones that popped off. I'm like, really? That's the one to pop off?
I think it's clickbait. Sometimes people think it's not. It could be the same title, you know? So yeah.
And that is it. Next, we got the good old Harmon Smith. It was just a little one from him for his little rant because he's being a big ass baby.
We're at that point now. People are aware of what a disaster Sonic Racing Crossworlds has actually been, and they are outright.
Oh my God. Sonic Racing Crossworld isn't even a damn. It's not. What are you talking about, Harmon? Desire. I am only 700 subs behind you, but no, I don't think I will catch back up. Oh, Desire, you could, man. You just got to keep here. Do 2 salt videos every day. Okay. You'll catch back up.
Acknowledging what the hype cycle behind this thing actually is, because nobody wanted to play as Sonic racing around in a car. Nobody wanted to see Hatsune Miku. Nobody even knows who that is. Okay.
Many people know who Hatsune Miku is. At least I finally said it right. Sonic Racing, exactly. It is great. Just happened to be overpriced.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds was only hyped up on NeoGAF, on Nintendo hate communities, and on Reddit because it was something that the
Harmon, you love going on Reddit. Why are you complaining about Reddit? And what the hell is NeoGAF?
community thought could be weaponized against Nintendo in Mario Kart World. That's it. In the online gaming community, people thought that this might be something that destroys Nintendo, but
okay, we all knew that it wasn't going to destroy Nintendo. We all, if we're being honest, we all know that most people bought that in the bundle, so they got that perceived illusion that they were getting a deal. And I never watched or heard a song of Mika. Me neither. I only know of it because of the Sonic Crossworlds. I would have never known who that was if it wasn't for that. I would have never known who she was, if I'm being honest, but that's okay. But Harmon, calm down.
As we've seen time and time again, the online gaming community are a group of terminally online weirdos who do not influence the market, who don't play games, and have no idea what they're talking about. Sonic Racing Crossworlds did not only get outperformed by Mario Kart World, it straight up got raped by it.
Well, you also got to understand again, Harmon, when you have a game that's bundled in, you're given the illusion of a sale. What do you think's going to happen? And also, Nintendo created that. They sat here and forced people to buy it because if you wanted to get a Switch 2, you had to get the bundle. Most of them were the bundles.
Like, Sonic Racing Crossworlds is one of the most embarrassing things.
Her name is pronounced Hatsune Miku. Well, I'll probably mispronounce it. I am terrible with names.
failures I have seen in recent years. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was outsold by Mario Kart World on the day of release. Mario Kart World sold more.
Well, what do you expect? It was at the hype. It was because of the console being sold. What do you expect?
More than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds on the day that Sonic came out. If that tells you anything.
Okay, you're going off of physical sales. That's the thing. And you're going off of the Japan sales. You don't even know how much it sold worldwide, for crying out loud. In Japan, Sonic is not as popular, Harmon. But literally, if you would have looked, most people probably got that for the deluxe edition, the digital one, because you got it $10 cheaper. We have no confirmed numbers for sales in America. Exactly.
Anything like that. Seriously, this is seriously supposed to be the big Mario Kart killer. This was supposed to be, Sega's defining moment. This was supposed to be Sonic's.
No one said it was going to be a Mario Kart killer. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with a little exactly, Jay Wesby 65. What's wrong with a little competition? Harmon, competition is good for everybody. Okay, if it wasn't for Mario Kart, I don't think we would have gotten the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Now, I still think it should have had a story mode. I still wanted boss battles in it. That would have made it even better.
Third good game in a row, if you include Sonic X Shadow, like Generations, and I don't even know what the other game is, Sonic Frontiers, I think.
Yeah, Sonic Frontier. I actually like Sonic Frontier. I know some people don't like it, but I actually thought it was a good game. I haven't played Sonic X Generations yet. Is that a good game, guys? Let me know.
Like, oh man, 3 whole games in a row. Whoa, that's gonna destroy Mario's 40-year history of high quality content. Like, the Sonic thing was always a go. Okay, Sonic is a
Harmon. Anybody with any relevance was not saying that. Anybody in their right mind was not saying that. Are you kidding me? Okay, who was sitting here saying, oh yeah, this Sonic Crossroad was going to destroy Mario Kart? Did you make this all up in your head, or were you on 4chan again?
A complete joke of an IP. And not only did I not play Cross Worlds, not only do I not respect it, it really needs to be understood that this is the general format.
Okay, so then you yourself haven't even played it. You have no idea if the game is any good. You're a freaking hypocrite, Harmon. Go play the game before you sit here and actually talk about it.
For every Sonic product ever is just every single time we see people prop up this idea that Sonic is going to make some glorious comeback and he's going to be some Mario's rival again. It's kind of like it is like the video game equivalent of that guy who.
Oh, it could happen. I don't know if it will. See, I actually hope that Sega and Steam come together and make like a Sega Steam Deck. How good would that be? Blast. Gens is good. Who's Gens? Frontier. Oh, Generations is good. Generations. Okay, good. Very good. High quality. Exactly. Oh, we got Dave something. I can't, things going too fast. There is also very fun, free visual novel game on Steam. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Is there really a visual novel called that? The last 4 in the Sonic games have been good. MOS Frontiers, SXS Gens, Crossworlds, and Superstars. Oh yeah, I'm having fun with Crossworlds, and I like Frontier.
Peaked in high school, oh man, I was on the football team. Oh, I took the team to I don't know.
Well, according to from what we heard, you peaked in college because you used to be a tennis star. Maybe you need to go back to tennis again.
Semi-state. Oh man, I was such hot shit back then. Oh, Sonic is basically that. He's constantly telling people that he's gonna get back at Mario, that he's gonna win, that he's gonna be some big deal, that he's some video game icon.
Who is saying that? Oh, Blue Moon just sent a gifted member. Shane's World received it. Everyone say thank you to Blue Moon. Thank you so much, man, for being a member, and thank you for sending memberships.
And then more and more people are starting to realize that those days are behind you. You are never, ever going to recapture what you had at that point in time ever again. And that's kind of the problem with Sonic as a whole is just
never say never. It's not like Nintendo's putting out quality at the moment.
Or actually, pretty much every single one of these cartoony 3D mascot characters, they're all trying to be Mario. You see this with Crash Bandicoot sometimes, where you have people who genuinely will try and tell you that
they're not trying to be Mario. They're trying to be their own thing. Sonic is completely different than Mario. Sonic Crossworld, the game, is literally hands down better than Mario Kart World, Harmon. Maybe if you sat here and put away your biases and actually, well, wait, he'll buy it for the Nintendo, so I would never mind, do not buy the game, because if you go buy the Switch 1 edition, from what I heard, is trash.
like Crash was bigger than Mario in the 90s, and that like, oh, like with these remakes he's gonna be back on top, and then it just doesn't happen, you know, like, you know, because there's no talent behind these IPs. There's no passion, there's no creativity, there's no talent. Like, even if they have a one-off success, you know, it doesn't lead in anything tangible. Like, just look at what happened with Sonic Mania, you know, the best Sonic game ever for a lot of people, and it just,
I heard Sonic Mania was amazing. I need to sit here and get that game. I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
It just completely just faded away, you know, like better to burn out than to fade away. Like that's kind of my mindset, you know, looking at this situation, is that like, why exactly were we expected to believe that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds would ever compete with Mario Kart? Like, why exactly were we ever led to believe?
No one was thinking it was going to compete. We all knew, we were being realistic, that the game probably wasn't going to sell that well. Number one, also, Sega tends to discount their games pretty fast, so anybody that's excited for it might wait until they discount the game. I rented the game and I'm going to buy it. I am waiting for the damn price to go down.
That this was ever something that could happen or should happen or needed to happen. Like, why exactly are people who don't play Mario Kart, who don't play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, why exactly are so many people adamant that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds needs to take the W? It is.
Well, you don't even play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, so why are you even voicing an opinion about it? You haven't even played it. See, we can both go like I can play that game too, Harmon.
Fueled entirely by Nintendo hate. It is fueled entirely by this mindset that Mario Kart World needs to fail and the Switch 2 with it, so Nintendo can collapse and they can stop producing hardware and they can start put.
Okay, no one wants them to exactly fail, but we do want them to suffer a little bit so they go back to humbling themselves.
All their games on PC so they can start putting nude mods on all the characters, especially the underage ones. You know, that is the.
Oh, we know you would run to from all the stuff we've been hearing about your books there, Harmon. We know you would all get excited over that one.
Mindset of this community, and it really does need to be expressed more, like just how out of touch Sony fanboys actually are in regards to how relevant Nintendo IPs actually are. Because
this isn't even a Sony thing. You do understand this game is also on Xbox and PC, right?
One of the things we're seeing a lot of in this day and age, like right now, is that this idea that like, well, Switch 2 doesn't have any big games coming out. Nobody cares about Kirby, nobody cares about Metroid, nobody cares about Rhythm Heaven or Tamagotchi. Like, Tamagotchi is probably going to be one of the best selling games next year. Okay.
Does Tamagotchi ever do really well? Can anybody let me know? I don't know anything about that game, but I'm not into those Sims, Animal Crossing type games anyways.
Like, Tamagotchi is way bigger than people get credit for, but like, I think that also though extends to Kirby Air Riders, which I think,
just like your forehead, Harmon, we all know that's way bigger than you give it credit for.
At this stage, is guaranteed to sell significantly more than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Like, forget Mario Kart. Like, it's not about that anymore. Like, Kirby Air Riders seems to be poised to beat Sonic Racing as well. So like Sonic, like forget competing with Mario, Sonic can't even compete with Kirby, who has like always been a B-string Nintendo character.
Oh, we all know that Kirby is literally going to be the worst sold game. I guarantee you that one. I do not have high hopes for Kirby. I don't even think Sakurai can save that game.
Like, what exactly are you trying to prove by insisting Sonic is Sonic has done? I think it's undeniable at this point. Like, Kirby is a bigger IP than Sonic. You know, there's just no getting around it. Like, Forgotten Land.
Really? Let's take a look, shall we? How many units? Because there's a special thing called Google, Harmon, that was just created yesterday. It's a search engine where you can find so much information on. Boo Kirby Air Ride. Exactly, J-Biggs. You never know. It could be a good game. I'm not excited for it. How many units has the Sonic franchise? If I'm going to go out on a limb, I'm going to say the Sonic franchise has outsold more. Sonic franchise sold. The Sonic franchise has sold over 1.7 billion units worldwide. But that's including both paid game sales and free-to-play download. So does it have it? I didn't even know there were free-to-play games. Okay, so most of those, I get it. Most of those are free-to-play downloads. Okay, so if we're going to go off of the paid ones, it's 250 million units. How many units has Kirby sold? Kirby franchise sold. Harmon, they have only sold a fraction. 52 million units for the whole Kirby franchise. 250 million, almost 200 million units more. you would literally have no idea what you're talking about. Now I can see why your hairline is running away from your goddamn head. With that logic, even your hairline's allergic to it.
Sold more than Frontiers without like having to go on sale regularly, with way more polish, and it was a far more well-received game. Like Kirby is a bigger IP.
I will agree,
than
have
Sonic
more
now.
polish.
And there's
that's the
there's
only
just this
thing you
weird
got
kind
correct.
of denial from people who grew up in the 90s, and that's the case. Like to them, Sonic is this video game icon, but you know the industry has moved on. You know, people have moved past like these edgy anti-Nintendo kind of characters, and they've kind of
No, they have not. There is still love for Sonic. Are you kidding me? Sonic is a very beloved game. The thing with Sega, we all know that they will discount their games. I guarantee you that the game and the damn DLC will go on sale next month by quite a bit.
more established more into like, you know, the actual stable nature of things. You know, these guys always like celebrate all these obscure 3D platformer characters, but you know, where's the love for Bonanza? You know, where's the love for Kirby and the Forgotten Land? You know, where's the love for you know,
because Kirby and the Forgotten
Splatoon 3, you know, all of that is way better than anything Crash, Spyro, or
Blue Moon, I don't understand how to make it work. Some people say it does work. Some people say it doesn't work. I'm sorry, man.
Or Sonic have ever been in. You know, and that's just the trend that we've seen over the past several years, is that every time Sonic gets put into a mediocre game, like it gets hyped up just for being Sonic.
I mean, Sonic gets put in Super Smash Brothers. Does that make it a mediocre game?
While like the far superior Nintendo games, you know, games like Kirby, games like Splatoon, games like DK Bonanza get relatively ignored.
Sonic is literally better than all those games. The reason why they get ignored is nobody cares about them. Here's a good meme picture if anybody wants a meme.
And that is something that we as Nintendo fans really need to start calling out, because Sonic the Hedgehog is not a character that deserves any attention or respect in the current year. Like, the character's going to have to go through a massive retooling. You know, they're going to have to fire everyone who works on the game, maybe a change of ownership in companies, but you know,
yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Most likely this game is going to sell well. We still have yet to get the sales for America, which is the most popular Sonic is in America. And we don't even have the digital sales. Oh, we got the gaming riff. Good afternoon, humans. What have I missed? Oh, you missed so much, man. You saw me blast Primey. You saw me blast Harmon Mini-Me with Nukem Nintendo, Player Essence, and now I'm in the middle of blasting Harmon over the Sonic Crossworld game, because he keeps saying, oh, the sales are terrible, even though we don't even know the sales for in America yet over Sonic Crossworlds.
If that were ever to happen, you know, people wouldn't care anymore. You know, like if Sonic was a Nintendo character, if it was the same exact thing, but on Nintendo consoles, you just know that nobody would care about it at all. It would just be seen as like a cheap Mario knockoff.
Well, no one would probably care about it, most likely because Nintendo wouldn't know what to do with it. They don't know how to make edgy characters. That's why. Hey, you stealing my nickname now. Oh, that I know. I did. Hey, Desire, I can't. Well, I was saying he was the new Harmon, but yes, the Harmon Mini-Me is better. I got it. I have to take it. What's Primey? Harmon chatting shit about. Primey is Nintendo Prime Gaming Rift.
Off. And that at its core is really all that it's ever been. Sonic is just never, ever been on the same level as Super Mario.
Oh, yes, it has. 252 million units worldwide, says otherwise. And next, we got the last one of Player Essence.
The 30, then of course the Ports of Slim with the 2 chipping in says, yeah, there's no downfall of Xbox. Although I'm going to start doing the downfall.
Nah, I mean, I think there is a downfall of Xbox. I don't want Xbox to fail, but I cannot deny whatever moves they're making, jacking up those prices, that is not a good thing.
I'm going to start doing downfall videos since YouTube says you can't do anything. You can't do regular news unless you're John from Spawn Wave.
What are you talking about? AustinJohnPlays does so much type of positive content. He literally got over 250,000 views for the video I reacted to. Player Essence, you literally need to do research.
Or Skill Up, or these other people, even those people. You can't do that. They won't advertise any of your videos. If you try to make a title that's appealing, then people say you're clickbait. So maybe I'll start doing downfall videos. Jesus Christ.
Well, if you're being honest about it, maybe you will get some damn views. The problem is, it might be too late for you. All that damage controlling and all the time you got blown out, it might just be too late. If Sonic was on Nintendo, he'd be forgotten. That's funny since ever. That's funny ever since 2001, he's been on and off Nintendo hardware with the GameCube Wii. Oh, exactly, Gaming Rift.
Maybe I need to start doing that crap. You got a bunch of bums on YouTube getting all sorts of views for no reason, no talent, but they
more talent than you. They're getting way more reasons than you. We're getting views because people want to see our stuff. People are tired of the damage controlling.
This is terrible. It's the worst Nintendo Switch ever. Nintendo's the evil, the devil spawn. And you got a bunch of people watching this trash. Maybe I'll start doing those. Maybe I'll start.
Well, we all know you before.
I think people.
Oh, we got a new person I've never seen before. Milkenly X. I'm tired of the toxic positivity when it comes to Nintendo. We all are. This guy's mad at what exactly? He's all butthurt. Gaming Rip. Player Essence is all butthurt because his views have been going down. He's mad that people like Nintendine are more relevant than he is. He's mad that they're getting more views.
Would actually be interested in your take on the Xbox situation. I kind of already made a video about it, but I can make a different video about it too. Like I can make a different video. But I'm definitely gonna switch up kind of like how my videos are. Because like once again, I mean, I can't. If I'm gonna do news videos and people say don't clickbait, I don't clickbait them. Then YouTube doesn't recommend the video. I mean, obviously we got to do something else. We're not just gonna keep up.
My guy, you can't make everybody happy. If you feel like you have to make the title seem more, we all do it. We all over exaggerate titles. Okay, it is what it is. You have to.
I'm beating our head against the wall because I know that there's hella people that want to watch and hear what I got to say. But if I title it exactly that, then YouTube doesn't advertise it. They don't put it out there. They don't give notifications.
Well, you've been doing this long enough. You know how your videos get pushed out. If your subscribers aren't watching your videos, then they don't get advertised as much. That's how it works.
I talk about Legends EA. I talk about Elden Ring or whatever. People, if I don't title it a certain way, nobody watches. I title it, huge news, which I felt was huge news the other day. People got a problem saying it's clickbait. So it's like, we got to figure something out, right? Like, we'll figure something out. Like I said, thankfully, it's all good. I'm not really too worried about it. Like I said,
yes, you are. Every live stream, you can't go on about how your videos aren't doing well. Stop the cap. You are Berry War. You're sweating bullets.
You guys are super supportive. You guys are awesome on here, so I appreciate that. But like, it's really stupid. Like, it's really dumb, you know? Let's see here. Come on, OJ, don't refuse that grifting money. Play Guidance of Sakuna, Rice and Ruin. To be honest, and I'll keep it a buck here, guys, it's not even about the money. I just simply want my videos to be seen by my audience.
They are being seen. It is about the money. You're so full of shit. Stop the cap right now. Okay, your videos are being shown by the people that want to watch them. That is your core audience. The rest of everybody else has moved on. The Nintendo community has spoken. They don't want your toxic positivity anymore.
That's it. That's all I want. Like, I built up an audience here. You guys have helped me build an audience here by watching my content. All I want is my videos to be filtered and to be sent out and to be recommended like everybody else's videos.
They are. Your audience has an option to watch them. Guess what? They're not watching them. That's why you're not getting that much views. Okay, we got that one. I can't pronounce your name, but Player Essence channel is all about hyping up Nintendo too much. Exactly. His title are always about huge Nintendo Switch 2 news. Exactly.
That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for way more ad revenue. I just want my videos to go out to the people that subscribe to the channel and advertise like other people's videos. That's all I want. I don't want anything more, nothing less. You know?
Guess what?
So like,
your subscribers are the ones choosing not to watch them. That sounds like a you problem, not a YouTube problem. Guess what? I did a video about Xbox. I knew it wasn't going to do amazingly well. Okay, but I still did it because I wanted to do it. And you don't hear me complaining, do you?
It's not even about that. Like I said, I'm not greedy. I don't buy sports cars. I really don't need all that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And if all
no, you just buy 3 gaming PCs, but you're not into gaming. Oh yeah, you bought 3 gaming PCs, but you're not into PC gaming. You bought a PS5 Pro plus a disc drive. Oh yeah, you're not into wasting money and buying
5 billion views so I can make. I don't really need all that. I'm not even asking for it. I'm just asking for my biz to get what they're supposed to get. That's all I'm asking for. You know,
whatever they're getting, that's what they're getting. Here, let's check it out. Let's just see right now. What is Player Essence current videos? Player Essence. Let's take a look. His last 4 videos. 3 hours ago, 1.7K. A day ago, 11K. You know what? Actually, the 11K ain't too bad. There you go. 3 days ago was 5.3K. 4 days ago was 17K. Well, if you're not happy with those videos, Player Essence, then it sounds like a you problem. You know what you need to do? You need to give your subscribers what they want to hear. You're not doing that. That's the problem. Is exactly Betful Zexel. I wouldn't say they're dead. His channel is dying. There's no doubt about it. With a 129,000 subscriber channel, it definitely is dying. It may be too late for him to recover now. He had all the chances in the world to recover. Blast 314. Why does that matter? I don't understand. The algorithm is fucking all of us. It's been fucking Klutzy and Alex. Oh, I didn't know it was fucking Klutzy. I mean, like, my videos go up and down. Sometimes I'll get, like a couple weeks ago, my videos were popping off, surprisingly, and they go on live streams and complain. No, because that brings down the stream. Exactly. None of us are sitting here complaining because it goes with the territory. I guarantee you Klutzy knows this. Alex knows this. There are times where the video will pop off for whatever reason, and there are times where the video doesn't. None of us can predict if our videos are going to pop off or not. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's all about timing. Gaming Riff. Hey guys, isn't it amusing how all the fanboy channels seem to die all at once? Oh, exactly. See, not all of them, Gaming Rift. If you go on AustinJohnPlays, he's still doing well. He's getting over 250,000 views on his video.
So yeah. And it sucks when it doesn't do that. Like, YouTube doesn't work because of all these damn grifters and all these weirdos that are just pumping the algorithm full of stupid videos, completely biased, one-sided. Like,
you do biased, one-sided ones all the time. And we're not pumping the algorithm. Are you kidding me? You have no idea what you're talking about. Here, let's look at my videos just real quick, okay? Let's take a look. Let's just take a look here. So we go to video activity 4 days ago, 3.3. You don't hear me throwing a damn temper tantrum fit, having a meltdown on my live stream because I'm not getting the views that I want to get. Trust me, we all would love to get more views. It goes with the territory. The Gaming Rift, the algorithm is a bitch. Exactly. I've gone through content changes over the years and it sets you back, but it's never impossible to bounce back if the content is appealing to viewers. Exactly. Essence is a term. That's true. Once again, a fanboy uses a word he doesn't know. Grifter refers to con artists and specifically is for when you are stealing money or an item. Exactly. He has no idea what he wants. I hate the algorithm. It is RNG and it's I don't understand that part, Desire. Trust me, we all hate the algorithm. We would all love the algorithm to make our videos pop off. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It goes with the territory.
Like, ridiculous double standard videos that's completely jacking up the algorithm along with YouTube's changes as well. It sucks, man. Like, it's like I said, my videos don't even get to the people that want to watch my vids, so that's...
They do. That's why the people who are watching them, you got to understand also, your subscribers have to watch the videos. If your subscribers are not watching the videos, YouTube is not going to recommend them. So if your videos are not popping off like you want them to, Player Essence, you need to, then your subscribers aren't watching them. It sounds like a you problem.
That's the only thing that I'm complaining about. I ain't complaining about not having the most. I don't care. People get more views. That's fine. I don't care. But I just don't like when you the title's not good. Oh, nobody cares about the title. Oh, we're not going to advertise it. It's like, bro, come on. Come on. Thank you for the $5 though. I appreciate it, General Zamora. Have you thought about making videos on up and coming platform like Kick? No, I'm not making any videos on Kick. No, I haven't. No, not at all. I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for more views or looking for extra. I'm not looking for that. All I'm looking for is my video.
Oh, yes, you are. Stop the cap. You're looking for more views than what they're getting.
To be advertised and to be sent out to my viewers. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking.
They are. Okay, the people that are watching them are the ones. You know what? Maybe you did. You have 129,000 subscribers and only 10,000 people are watching them. By any chance, Player Essence, did you pay for subscribers at all? Did you pay to promote any of your videos?
to get a million new people coming through. I don't care. Like I said, that's not important. What's important is that I've spent how many years, we've got a base here. Here's what I don't like. And like I said, I'm not begging. I'm not looking for extra people. What I'm looking for is for them to advertise my video the way it's supposed to.
It is being advertised. You screwed up. You had all the chance in the world. People were begging for you guys to sit here and stand up for them. They were begging you guys to hold Nintendo accountable, and you refused to do it. You guys all cowered and hid away. Blast. I still go to John because of his guides. That's okay. Who's John? Who is John, by the way? When I'm playing through Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I use his shit because it's good. The rest of his shit is fucking ass, though. Oh, I bet. AI algorithm and moderation sucks. I mean, the algorithm does suck, but it is the way it is. You know, like we all choose to upload to YouTube. The algorithm goes along with it. We got to deal with it. He and all the guy who rolls make the same stuff. Exactly. I am not looking for views and proceed to cry about it not getting views. Exactly. Cap'n Lunch right here. There. Exactly. They are the problem. Is that your audience has shrunk to the point where what you're getting is exactly Blast. That's exactly what it is. Also, you have to be honest. Once people catch on to the grift, they quit watching them. I don't exactly understand that one, John Marr. Beppels Axel, he's exactly begging right now while he says he's not bragging or not begging, LOL. Make it make sense.
So I make a title the other day about my news, huge news, or major news, which I thought was, and people complain that it's clickbait. Downvote the video, but it gets advertised and recommended, and people watch it, and people see the news. Whatever. Today I titled it like, okay, Pokemon, or here's what.
Well, then guess what? If that's what worked, then go and do that. Obviously, enough of your community didn't care if you hyped up the title or not. Maybe some people cared, but you can't appeal to everybody. You can't make everybody happy. You've been doing YouTube for how long? How do you not know this?
Whatever, big news. And then it doesn't get the same amount of advertisement, despite I know that stuff wants to be sent out to my viewers. That's all. I'm not looking for suggestions on Kick or anything like that.
It sucks how YouTube is now. You pretty much have to title stuff like this could be bad for Nintendo is so negative.
That's what I'm saying.
There's preview.
No, you don't. AustinJohnPlays doesn't, and he gets views all the damn time. He literally is getting 250,000 views on the video I reacted to that isn't that damn old. Okay, the problem is that probably the biggest problem is maybe you should stop banning people. Because even when a troll that you don't like comes in, they're engaging with your content, is going to push out. Maybe you should stop giving everybody a ban all the damn time, and maybe your videos get pushed out more too.
Of ZA out there, people have played it.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I'm saying, Justin. But I'm not looking for a bunch of weirdos from Kick or anything like that. I'm not looking to, I need to get more. I'm not looking for that, man. Like I said, all I'm looking for is for my own base to simply just get my videos. That's it.
They are getting your videos. Nothing is stopping for your base to go check out your channel and watch your new video. They're choosing not to watch it.
That's it. Thank you, Justin, with the 3. I appreciate that. Shout out to Joni, the average. Thank you for the subscription. Shout out to Evelyn's Roll with the 4.99. Says it's really frustrating wading through the grifters. Yeah, wading through the grifters. Hope you and your family have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much, Evelyn's World. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5. And shout out to Simeon Quinn with the JoJo.
Okay, that one is it. I don't know if that Mario guy is still in here or the person I was requesting Dreamcast guy, but up next we got Dreamcast guy, so let's read some of them. It's funny, I've never heard of Player Essence until this year, and I like Nintendo's games, but I'm not a crazy fanboy like this dude. Oh, thank you, Warfare. Many people are not a crazy one about him. It's about the message. Exactly, Legend of the Kid Squad. Begging. Exactly, Matthew Buckley. The Gaming Rift. Billion factors go into whether people watch your content. It's about your control. Sitting and whining on stream isn't sending a good message. Exactly. Bro, he's actually beginning to have a meltdown now. I know, but it pretty much ends after that. Bedpool's Axel, trust me. I watch his live streams. His live streams are long enough. This is the good parts for me to react to. The war paint is on. E-beggars are just jizz get real damn job. There you go. Zexel nailed it. Yes, he did. Kick has weirdos. I've never been on Kick. No, I don't care to. Oh yeah, has anyone heard of, I do not know that name. the Splatoon Rhaegar. I do not know who that is. YouTube has lots of weirdos. Yes, everywhere has lots of weirdos. Now let's get into good old Dreamcast
guy here, and today we're doing a bit of an angry rant style review because
Dreamcast guy. He is literally what Player Essence, but Player Essence is homies with Dreamcast guy, so you will never ever hear him ever hold Dreamcast guy accountable. I think in the last 9 months, I maybe heard one time that he sat here and held Dreamcast guy accountable, but he would never really will ever do it. But when you sit here, go on and tell people, oh, you shouldn't buy the Switch 2. It's not worth it. Then you go out and buy it, review it, and say, oh, I'm disappointed. I regret buying it. You knew that you were regretting buying it when you bought it. You knew you were going to, and you still bought it. Just like with this game, he regrets buying it. Everybody knew that it was not going to be worth $70. Of course you were going to regret buying it. Everybody would have. Like, bruh, I couldn't tell you how happy I am with 20 views on live stream. Exactly. I've been bouncing about 32 views. Trust me, I am perfectly happy. Cuts to those morons with many times that audience, and we are still ungrateful. Exactly, man. Exactly. Xbox is dead for the millionth time. It is definitely dying. Dreamcast lies. Piece of work that, yes, he is. I still call him inbred cat. That's mean. That's mean. Rift, I'm happy with 20 views in a video. Hell, I'm happy with one person watching me. There you go.
I've seen so many Nintendo YouTubers and big fans calling this the age of Nintendo greed. Right now, Nintendo is overpricing their stuff more than they ever have.
You're not even a Nintendo YouTuber and you say that shit.
They've raised the price of amiibos. Controllers are $100 now. They're trying to charge $80 for the new Mario Kart, but even still, I'm such a big fan, especially of Mario Galaxy. I like all Mario games. I've played and beaten every single one pretty much ever released.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that. Wait, did you seriously buy the damn physical edition? Dreamcast guy, you knew it wasn't worth it, for crying out loud. But from what I've heard, beating games is not your forte. I heard that you like to sit here and only play like 1 hour of a game and then give a review.
But Galaxy especially, my top 3 favorite Marios of all time are Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Galaxy. So when they said, hey, we're bringing back Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, but now with 4K assets, with new modes and stuff, I was especially curious, but the price...
New modes? There were no new modes. Who the hell have you been watching?
Tag of it. I bought it. This game is $40 for each of the games.
You knew not to buy it, and you still chose to buy it. Are you kidding me?
Games, or $70 if you buy it together. And I'll be honest, I bought these games because I was excited for it. I really do love Galaxy. In fact, even a couple years ago, I bought that 3D All-Stars collection only to play Galaxy. That's how much I love it.
So wait, you bought the 3D All-Stars and then you went and bought the bundle also? Oh my god, you are a special kind of something. But we all know he's lying. I mean, he probably did buy it, but this is truly a grift.
But now that I've had a chance to play it, this simply is not worth the cost. If anything, it kind of feels like a ripoff because nothing in this is actually new. It barely even feels...
Of course, you knew it wasn't going to be real. Everybody knew it wasn't going to be real. It's such a ripoff. And you know better than that, Dreamcast guy. You have been doing this long enough. You could wait till the reviews to come out, but you wanted to get a review out about it so you could sit here. Oh, we all get, hey, you want to get those views? I get it. I respect the hustle, man. Okay, go get those views. Go secure that bag because we all know you did not build your channel around integrity.
To have like a lazy upscale. Let's talk about it. I hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So consider this video to be a buyer beware. I'm not telling you you're not supposed to buy it. I'm not saying we got to boycott it, but I want to talk about why me...
Bullshit, yes you are.
As a person that did actually put my money where my mouth is, I regret it. I wish I had not bought these very lazy...
Oh, so what are you saying, that the rest of us who didn't buy it, we can't sit here and talk about it? That's not how that works.
Cash grabs. But what specifically is new about this, and why is it that people are still happy that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are back? Now, personally, what I've always enjoyed about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is that they basically don't even have a plot. The story in the first game and the second game, they're almost identical, which is that somehow, some way...
And that's the problem. Maybe they would have done a lot better if they actually had a plot. The days of making a game with no plot are coming to an end.
Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach, and he's gone to the center of the universe. Now, in order for Mario to catch up, he gets a spaceship that runs on star power. In order to get closer and closer to Bowser, you gotta go from galaxy to galaxy collecting stars. And in my opinion, the level design, the challenges, the...
This is why people sit here and say that Nintendo makes the same damn games over and over again. Before the Switch, I will completely agree. They just remade the same games.
Incredibly fun stuff you do. Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, these are primo. But one of the reasons I was most excited about these collections, or even when they originally re-released Galaxy on the Nintendo Switch 1, is the fact that there is so many different styles of control of Mario in the Galaxy games. It's not just butt stomping and double jumps. Instead, what happened is, when you originally played this back on the original Nintendo Wii 20 years ago...
Okay. We've heard everything we had to say. I don't really care to know about the game, to be honest. And we're going to sit here and do the great Harmon all over again. I got a bunch of videos from Harmon.
Always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next.
Do not subscribe.
Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.
It will always suck. Come on, get on with it. Let's get through. Come on, get to the next one, please.
Well,
there we go.
So one of the interesting things about the Switch 2 life cycle has been people making these wild claims about how the console is failing and how it's not going to succeed and how Nintendo doesn't have a handheld anymore. Or,
I mean, who the hell are you watching? You really need to get off 4chan here. Okay. No one is saying that the console is failing. Are you kidding me? The thing has sold, whether we like it or not, it has sold quite a bit. Whether or not we believe it's because of scalpers or not, the console still sold well. It is not a failure right now by any means.
For a console, that's been one of the interesting hopes, going into this, is that a lot of people the argument.
Harmon, why didn't you edit that out? The gaming grift. I love how people call me a grifter. I didn't know anybody calls you a grifter for shitting on Nintendo. No, I get called it too, man. It just goes with the course. Apparently, we're all grifters if we try to hold Nintendo accountable, apparently. The difference between me and Dreamcast is that I don't buy the things I don't like. This guy is such a... Exactly. I'll admit, on my very first channel, I used to buy games that I really didn't want to play, but I did them just to review them because I thought that's what was going to get views. I have learned from then, it don't matter, okay? I will play the games I want to play, regardless of people... regardless if they're going to get views or not. I play what I want to play, plain and simple, and I give my opinion. And most of the time, people enjoy my opinion.
That Nintendo Switch is completely alone. That Nintendo no longer has handhelds to fall back on. And as a result, eventually Nintendo...
Oh. Now I know why he sat here, because I did a video saying that. Well, I've done many videos where I said that, so I guarantee you it's because he watched my video and got triggered. And I sat here and said in a few of them that, if Nintendo doesn't do well, they don't have anything to fall back on like they did with the GameCube, like they did with the N64, like with the Wii U. I have said many times, so I guarantee he got that one from me. Oh, did I trigger you, poor Harmon, to make this video?
The Switch is going to implode, and then Nintendo's going to go out of business and then go third party, and then they'll fail. Never mind the fact that is not...
I never said that, but...
So, if you look back on the history of the Switch 1, what you have is a console that launches that coincides with the 3DS. So the 3DS is still continuing even after the Switch initially launched, and it continued to get...
The 3DS pretty much ended, okay?
New games and support until 2020 or so, which coincidentally is around the point that Switch...
Wait, are you trying to say that if the Switch 2 fails, they can just fall back on the Switch 1? Is that really what you're trying to say? Maybe that's the only way they'll beat PS2 on the sales then.
Reach its absolute high point, like with Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, but then, the 3DS faded away, and now the Switch is all by itself, and now Nintendo has nothing to fall back on. This is completely misrepresenting what's actually happening.
No, it's not misrepresenting. They can't fall back on the Switch. The Switch can't handle those games that are coming out. Are you kidding me? That's like them going back and making stuff for the 3DS or for the Wii U, for them to fall back on that. Are you kidding me?
Happening. That now the Switch is coinciding with the Switch 2. So what this means is the Switch 1 is still being supported. People are still using it. It has features that tie into Switch 2s. They released patents about it. They haven't explicitly...
Yes, that's usually how that works, Harmon. Usually they will sit here and still support the last gen console for a certain period of time. Doesn't mean they can fall back on it.
Said it, but the Switch 1 is going to stick around for a long, long time after the Switch 2 launch. The Switch 2 was not the kind of product that you go out and buy right away, because most of the games for it, most of the Switch 2, most of the games coming out in the near future are indeed also launching on Switch 1. Pokemon ZA, Metroid.
But there are many games that are not. You can't get Mario Kart World on Switch 1. You can't get DK Bonanza on Switch 1. You ain't going to be able to get that Kirby Air Rider game on Switch 1. There are many. I doubt you're going to get Fire Emblem on Switch 1.
Prime 4, Tamagotchi Life, Rhythm Heaven, all are confirmed for Switch 1 releases. Now, there's a handful of confirmed Switch 2 exclusives, but for the most part, a lot of games are launching on both platforms with an easy-to-understand upgrade system to take advantage of the Switch 2's more powerful hardware. So what this means is that for a lot of people, there is no need necessarily to upgrade to Switch 2. And the narrative is that this is a bad...
Well, I mean, if you want to play games with a little better resolution, if you want to play the actual third-party games coming out, yes, you do have to, Harmon. Sorry, I broke. That was an accident. I meant to cover it. That was my bad. Urban, pay attention. Exactly. Nintendo not beating PS2. They're slashing production of the Switch 1. They're not going to beat it. Not with them skyrocketing those prices. I mean, how the PS2... Who remembers when you were able to get a PS2? This is like, I'm old enough to remember this. I remember when you could go into Walmart, get a PS2 with 2 games for like $80. Who remembers that? The whole reason Nintendo didn't go under during the Wii U was because of the 3DS. They were able to fall back on it. Tamagotchi chill. Holy, had I better get me... Exactly right. You need to go get one. Harmon is just seal clapping for Nintendo at the moment. Oh, exactly. Harmon, I got a quick question for you because I know you like to watch my videos. Do you at least brush the dirt off your knees before you even hit the record button?
Bad thing. This is a huge deal that will sabotage Switch 2 sales. But in actuality, what Nintendo has done has kind of introduced an incremental upgrade to Nintendo Switch with the Switch 2 that runs the same games better, that has... more features, more abilities, more technological advancements. Like, it is essentially like kind of a Game Boy.
Like what? Can you please use facts here?
Color or a new 3DS style upgrade. It isn't...
Yeah, no, I want to go with that one. I mean, from a Game Boy to a Game Boy Color, that kind of... No, it's way bigger of an upgrade than that, if we're being honest.
Truly a next-generation platform. It's just something that they put out to run all the big third-party games. And that's something about Switch 2 that I think a lot of people don't understand, is that, like, we are basically getting every major Switch third-party game on this thing right away.
Really? I mean, you still haven't gotten Borderlands 4? Where is the Sonic Cross World? You're not getting every major third-party game. What the hell are you talking about?
Like, any company that ignores this console is...
Oh, no. Gaming Rift, I bet he doesn't even brush his teeth before sucking Nintendo's plumber pipe. Oh, no. After he sucks it, and after he finally unclogs the pipe, he gargles that. That's what he uses to wash his mouth, probably.
By and large, going to put themselves in a bad position. And what's more, in theory, Nintendo could put out a new Switch 3 at any time. They could do that. They could put out a new console. Like, again...
I doubt that they even have plans making a Switch 3 right now, Harmon. The Switch 2 isn't even out of its damn first year launch. They don't even know if it's going to be a full success yet.
Like, they have essentially introduced a format in which they can continue supporting the Switch indefinitely, right? Like, it might be a very Switch 1 very well may not be retired for a very, very, very long time. I remember back in 2017,
they'll probably keep it going for a year or two, if we're all being honest here. But no, I mean, third party, because even when they stopped making games for the 3DS, there were third party people that were still making games for the 3DS.
Nintendo released a claim that they intended to support it for far longer than most other platforms. And at the time, I expected around 2027 when this thing would finally be retired. But the way things are looking now, it looks as if it's going to extend far beyond that. Nintendo intends...
Well, honestly, because of how much pushback they're getting for the $70 games right now and the $80 games, because I still do not think DK Bonanza sold that well. I think going forward, they are going to put both the games on there. Yeah, the Switch 1 game is going to run like shit, but I think they care more about the sales. The Gaming Rift. Also, is Harmon not remembering the Switch 1 massive third parties like Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, RE4 Remake all skipped the Switch 1? Meanwhile, Switch 2, while decent, is still week 2 yet, if I have to be honest, because that game came all the way out back on the PS3. So I'm surprised that Rockstar hasn't gotten that game out, but I don't think they're really cared. Honestly, I don't think Rockstar really cares about getting more sales that much for GTA 5, if I'm being honest. But the Gaming Rift, the Series X, PS5, so third parties will inevitably skip the Switch 2 sometime. Also, exactly, that's what they're doing now.
To keep Switch 1 relevant far into like the next decade. And that's kind of shocking to think about. But when you think about what happens when, people tend to upgrade to Switch 2s, when they tend to give Switch 1s to younger people who can play like, older games or games that like are indie, like smaller releases.
Well, that's how it usually does. If I had kids, I would probably, well, I didn't have a Switch 1 because mine got stolen. But if I had a Switch 1, I probably would go give it to a niece or a nephew or a cousin's kid or something right now, to be honest. Well, actually, to be honest, I probably would have sold it to get more games or something, if I'm really being honest, but I'd probably give it away also.
Like, it's kind of interesting to see, like, Nintendo seems to have taken advantage of the unique culture around their hardware, in which it does tend to stick around for a while. People do tend to stick with these consoles and these games for a long period of time.
Oh, yeah. How long did people stick with the Wii U? Can you please explain that one?
And now they have reached the point where they've established a method of keeping their games and hardware relevant in perpetuity, because you don't need to rebuy.
Yeah, they're not really keeping the Switch 1 relevant, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do start putting the game on both consoles because they need the sales, because I still don't think that DK is doing good. Wii U lasted less than 4 years on the market. Exactly, Blast. One of the reasons the Switch 1 is still being supported is because of the backwards compatibility. Well, exactly, but also Warfare. The Switch 2 hasn't been out that long. What, 3 months now? I mean, it's very common to still support the last console or the last gen.
Digital games again on Switch 2. You don't need to keep your old hardware around. You can pass it on to other people, and you can just kind of, enjoy your new hardware. Like, I think that Nintendo has kind of adopted a kind of like Apple iOS style, like, system where they can just introduce new incrementally powerful hardware, have like hardcore fans update, but casual fans can just stick with the older stuff and have absolutely no issue playing most of the games that come out. And that is,
yeah, the Switch 2 is not going to be able to play those third-party games, Harmon, no matter how much you think they are.
I think, probably a pretty solid method of.
Well, actually, no, I take it back. I think they could get GTA 5 working on the Switch 1. It may not be recognizable. It would be like a top-down view of the whole game, and there'll be so much stripped out of it. But I do think they could probably get a working like level or two working on the Switch 1.
Keeping multiple pieces of hardware on the market, keeping multiple people engaged, not having to shut down the Switch 1 eShop or anything like that. Like, this is...
It's the same eShop as the Switch 2. I don't see them shutting it down. That doesn't make no sense.
Like, going to keep the Switch 1 relevant for a long time. And as a result of that, the PlayStation brand is not just competing with the Switch 2, it's also competing with the Switch 1. Like the 150 million, the best-selling console ever, the Nintendo Switch is still going to be relevant.
Harmon, I understand that you're allergic to facts, but the Switch 1 is not the best-selling console. That would be the PS2. And I think that, has the Switch 1 surpassed the DS yet? Because I think the DS is still higher than the Switch 1.
Relevant going into this generation. When the PS6 comes out, the PS5 will be completely obsolete. But with the Switch, you are going to see more people.
Wait, which one did you just say? Nah, it's not gonna make the PS5 obsolete. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Own multiple Switches in their homes because of what Nintendo has done with this specific console. And the odd thing.
Yeah, and I don't see multiple people owning a Switch 2. That Switch 2 is not that damn cheap.
About this is that it seems like nobody else seems to have realized what's happened. People don't seem to realize that the Switch 1 has not been replaced, that it's still very much relevant, that people are still using it, playing games on it, buying games for it. And as such, the entire core.
That's because they're still making games. And Nintendo's trying to get. Nintendo doesn't have enough units out there to get most of their base to go over to the Switch 2. And yet the PS4 still hasn't died. Exactly, Blast. But I heard, didn't Sony come out and say that they're going to stop supporting it though?
Hope around Switch 2, this idea that nobody's buying it has completely and utterly imploded, because even if that was true, people already bought the Switch 1. So over time,
well, there are people buying the Switch 2. You got scalpers, you got people that are worried about the tariffs where they're panic buying. So yeah, but I don't think they're buying too many of the games there, Harmon.
People would eventually upgrade to the next console. So like, again, it's very interesting to kind of see this play out, because this has been one of the major copes in regards to like hardcore gamers for the past couple of years. The idea that Nintendo no longer has their dedicated gaming handhelds to fall back on, that they were completely reliant on the Switch 1 and the next console could ruin them, and it just didn't happen. It's very interesting to kind of see, the end result.
Honestly, I don't remember a single word he just said. That's how much you don't make any sense, Harmon. I literally lost my train of thought while trying to hear you out.
Of this coping and seething, and yeah, we are, I think, on the verge of, people who've been hating Nintendo since the 80s, Ultima fanboys, NES boomers, PlayStation fans, like all these guys are just about to get completely and totally fucked because we're at
Harmon, nobody is getting. The only thing that gets fucked around here is probably you. We all know how Daddy Nintendo loves you.
the point where Nintendo doesn't really have any competition at all. And all they can do is just kind of sit there and pray to Grand Theft Auto 6 that will ruin Nintendo somehow, even though that's also coming out on Switch 2. There's just nothing they can do at this point.
Oh, there's many things that we can do. Many things. Well, guys, that is it. I have ran out of time. Now, next week, I will be doing a live stream, but unfortunately, I do have a lot to do on Monday, so it's going to be a shorter one. It's only going to be maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours long. So I am truly sorry, but I am so glad that everybody showed up. Thank you so much, especially to Matthew Buckley. All those gifted memberships you gave out, thank you so much, man. We all appreciate it. Everyone say thank you to Matthew Buckley again. But I hope you guys have an amazing, great day. Shout out to Blast, Desire, The Gaming Red. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you go check out their content also. Come on, Blast. We need you to go back to reacting and doing salty content again. We miss those. But I hope you guys all have a great day.
Tears just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Homelessness lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe.